in the chat. If you guys can hear me okay and the audio sounds good and everything is looking good on the screen, make sure that you guys give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody that's in the building early. We got my man Torian Rain Reloaded in the building. Shout out to my man Torian Rain. It don't look like anybody guessed so far what we did our collaboration on. I think they'll like it, though. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll like it. Shout out to my man John Guillory. Shout out to Savian Draco Zero. Shout out to my man AB Promotions. We got Emmanuel Carey in the building. Shout out to Emmanuel. We got AB Promotions in the house, and we got my man Ricky Jones. Shout out to Ricky Jones. Good to see everybody in here, all right? So we got a lot of stuff to talk Oblivion, and here's why. Regardless, we're not going to let it happen, all right? One of the reasons why I feel like people should embrace villainy is because of idiots like Jason Aldean. And shout out to my man Torian Rain for the PPP. You know what I'm saying? In their communities, right? If you guys agree with that, that's true, it's not a false statement, give me a thumbs up. If you disagree and I'm wrong, then correct me by all means. And shout out to Black Manta. What's good with it? Now, Jason Aldean came out with a song called Try That in a Sundown Town, right? You know what I'm saying? You see what happened when he tried it in a sun up town. He melted, which is one of the reasons why they got to do what they got to do after the sun goes down. But try that in a sundown town. Shout out to my man Mo Fax in the building. Yo, Mo Fax, make sure you drop the link for your channel in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Emmanuel Carey is out of his Christian slumber. Make sure you guys drop some radiation emoji in the chat for Emmanuel Carey. That's what's up, bro. Congratulations. Welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the dark side. You know what I'm saying? So, hip-hop, R&B artists, rap artists, you would think that they would come back with a response, right? Because remember when TLC came out with the response? TLC came out with the song called Scrubs. And then Sporty Thieves came with Pigeons, right? Now, everybody talking about bucking their guns and doing all this stuff, right? But you got this dude right here with the hit song that conservatives love. Try that in a sundown town, because that's the name of the song. You know what I'm saying? Try driving through. Try buying a house. Try raising a family. Try to have your kids have a peaceful education in a sundown town, right? Because that's what the lyrics say, right? You know what I'm saying? And there's no clapback from hip-hop artists. This is one of the reasons why hip-hop artists need to fill the vacuum of not getting any funding. Where's the pushback? First and foremost, who cares about a sundown town? I sure as hell don't. If it's on my way to somewhere I got to go, guess what? I'll be getting through there, and anybody that got a problem with me or gets in my way, it'll be an underground town for them, because that's where they'll be at if they get in my way. I don't care about none of this. Right, Mofax. Bro, hit him with that Nilly Fuller Jr. Gangsters are gangster. Again, who? Facts. And shout out to my man, Kid Gravity Beyond. Yo, there you go. Make sure you drop your link in the chat. That's what's up. And shout out to DeAndre. What's good with it? So where's the pushback, man? Where's the rappers? Where's the tough dudes? Let the chopper pop. Where they at? Where they at? Now, these people are always making little sly comments and trolling, because this is nothing but a troll song. You know what I'm saying? And nobody should get offended by it. Nobody should care. Jason Aldean's not wearing a hood and riding through anybody's town. I know for a fact Jason Aldean wouldn't come in my town without security. As a matter of fact, there's a place where they do concerts, right? I want to say maybe about 5 to 6 miles from where I live at. And the security is heavy down there. Anytime Jason Aldean comes down there, because it's in a big park for a venue. And so, you know, he ain't coming nowhere without security, right? So he's definitely not trying it in my town. You know what I'm saying? But I will try it in his town. You know what I'm saying? I will. I'll go wherever the hell I want to go. Do whatever I want to do. Kick it however I want to kick it. And you better hope you woke up on the right day and you catch me at the right moment if you think you're going to stop me. But that's what this song is about, though. That's how this dude feels. And the thing is that this right here should show people that there's a rising sediment of people like this. White supremacy is a global gang, a multi-continental network, an enterprise business, an illegal enterprise. And a lot of people have signed on. White supremacy didn't need affirmative action because white supremacy has always been the #1 diversity hire. I've been saying this in my live streams and my videos for how long? And I agree, Mofax. Yeah. They need to come out with a rap album about Try That in My Hood. Now, we got rappers here in Akron, right? And I don't know if y'all know about Akron. Akron is grimy. Akron grimy, but it's not that grimy. It's not grimy enough where the local hip-hop artist would make a song talking about try Jalen Walker in our hood. Oh, yeah, the problem is that they do this in our hoods every day. They do this stuff that they talking about, try that in a small town. They come from their small towns and try it in ours every day and do it. Yeah, we got clowns sitting up here on YouTube talking about turning TVs off and getting snot boxes rocked. And then when it comes to something like this, you'll have the same clown like that. You know, I agree with Jason Aldean. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should respect hip hop. Nobody should respect rap. These cats are garbage. Let me ask you guys a question. When it comes to rap and when it comes to hip hop artists, these cats are on the same energy as Jason Aldean. Because I mean, they say the same shit. Try that on my block. And they talking to black people too. Scarface made that song, My Block. My Block. You got DJ Khaled, Culture Vulture. Welcome to my hood. It don't say nothing about what happened if somebody riding on a horse with a hood over their head comes to the hood. Don't say nothing about that. These cats are a joke, and people need to start showing them that they're a joke. I remember. Yeah, it was Suki Hana. I heard that. I heard that. I heard she put up an absolutely disgusting Twitter post involving self-pleasuring and an expulsion of sewage. That's what I heard. Thank the Lord that's not there, that I didn't see it, but that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Shout out to my man Greets. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, these rappers are all beta males, all of them, every single one. If they weren't beta males, then they would have enterprise money. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why when 50 Cent came out, you know what I'm saying, as problematic as 50 Cent is, he's a smart dude. He built himself enterprise money. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know what I'm saying? One of the first things that he did, that was one of the things that I watched, was that deal that he made with Glacial for the vitamin water and the smart water. You don't really see a lot of rappers making moves like that. As much as Jay-Z want to act like he's some type of savvy businessman, you don't really see Jay-Z making enterprise moves like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is why people should embrace villainy, because this is how many, let's ask the question. How many rap albums or how many rap songs are there about let's go to the suburbs and rob the suburbs? Now I'm going to tell people an uncomfortable truth about the United States of America. When people go to war, the appearance of the nation that loses changes, right? Everybody is familiar with the invasion of Italy by Hannibal after Italy tried to attack Africa, right? And so now everybody knows why those Southern Italians got a permanent tan. Because when you go to war and you win, the way that you stay the winner is to turn the women out and kill the men. Would you guys agree? When you go to war and you win, you turn the women out and you kill the men. Look at the hero stories like Pocahontas, how she was saved by some ancient Chad, when in reality, that story is a story about minor attracted people, minor attracted white people, aka the other P word, pilgrims. So now let me ask you guys a question. If you take a look at ever since we've been in America, what has the United States been doing? The United States been turning out the women and killing the men. Basic principles of war. Just food for thought. So now here it says, TikTok sleuths discovered Jason Aldean's music video protest footage features multiple clips from demonstrations outside the U.S. So they saw that this was successful for the AAPI hate crime narrative, and Jason Aldean said that he had probably used the same producers for his video. He said he used the same producers for his video. You know what I'm saying? Jason Aldean released a music video praising small town communities in America. This should be edited to say Jason Aldean released a music video praising sundown town communities in America. I think that somebody should come out with a song called The Three Kangs, since they like to joke around and call us Kangs. And it should be about John Horse, it should be about Dessalines, and it should be about Nat Turner. But see, these hip hop artists ain't hung like that, man. These are clowns. Aldean featured clips of protests, but many of said demonstrations did not occur in America. So if those demonstrations didn't occur in America, then what's this dude talking about? What's he talking about? That's the question. Now, here's my question. Since all of this scrutiny, right? Since all of the critiques that's been going on about this song, has Jason Aldean come out and specified what he's talking about? Well, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I wasn't talking about sundown towns. No, because he was talking about sundown towns. That's what. Now, let me ask you guys a question, right? Let's talk about this woke shit. If y'all want to hear us talk about this woke shit, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. If y'all don't want us to talk about this woke shit, then give me a thumbs down. You know what I find extremely interesting when it comes to quote unquote this woke shit in the United States? Why is it that the only alleged minority history, activism, or anything similar, the only stuff that's attacked is black people's? Everybody else's is upplayed, ours is downplayed. How many people notice that? We need to put more AAPI history in schools, and we need to get rid of black history in schools. We need to talk more about Latino history in schools. We need to get rid of more black people, black history in school. Now, when it comes to what about everybody, it's not every minority who's getting their initiatives attacked, like black people, nobody came out and said, well, we need to not give the AAPI community a hate crime bill. That's just an up play. Nobody's doing anything. They didn't say that. Nowadays, they want to give other groups of people credit for things that we've contributed to the United States. Shout out to Dre D. What's good with it, bro? Why is that? Facts, Torian. Facts. If you guys agree with Torian, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Torian says, because our history is better than theirs. Facts. And they're jealous. And everyone else had a hand in degrading our history. Facts. And that's what I was talking about in the beginning of the stream, where I was talking about white supremacy as a worldwide gang that everyone except for FBA have signed on to. The entire world collectively have signed on to white supremacy. And shout out to my man Black Voltron Reloaded. What's good with it, bro? Welcome to the membership. Black Voltron been a member on and off for a minute, so make sure y'all show him some love and throw some radiation emoji. Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? Like May said, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, bro. So now here it says one of the clips about this whole Jason Aldean try that in a sundown town. It's a clip featured from a 2010 protest in Canada. It's a clip featured from a 2010 protest in Canada. Same thing that they did on ABC with the AAPI hate crime narrative. Trying to get people outraged based on stuff that didn't even happen here in the United States. So now here it says Jason Aldean's newest music video praising American small towns features multiple clips of protests outside of the U.S., including Canada and Ukraine. TikTok sleuths discovered Canada and Ukraine. Why would anything about Ukraine be in that song? Yeah, it could be. They cannot unprogram themselves from the narrative that we're not intelligent. Shout out to Val. What's good with it, Val? And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Help Me, longtime subscriber. Help Me is an OG of Black Light Revelations Network, and he became a member. So shout out to my man Help Me. Make sure you guys show him some love. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys smash that like button. If you guys haven't smashed that like button, make sure that you guys hit that like button. And also, please do me a favor and share the stream to your social media. Kid Gravity said, I guess he forgot to go to PG County. Facts. DJ Elmo said, Black Light, hold up. I'm not FBA, but I know, bro. When I say have signed on to, I'm talking about the majority, not everybody. You know what I'm saying? I should make that clear. You know what I'm saying? I should make that clear. Not everybody. The governing bodies, the majority bodies of those countries, and the people that have the wealth and assets in those countries have done it. Not necessarily the just grassroots populations of those countries. In those countries, a lot of people, especially in the black countries, not so much the non-black countries, but in the countries with black people, at least like the UK, the people on the ground, a lot of them are right with us. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Aldean's try that in a small town, applauded by conservatives like former President Donald Trump, depicts images of people burning American flags and police confrontations with protesters during the 2020 Black Lives Matter protests. So now if you confront police, try that in a small town. Well, 9 times out of 10, police confrontations are caused because they have an issue with a black person driving through their small town. So which part of try it in a small town are you talking about? There's not very many people other than white people that attack police officers just to attack police officers. Most black people are out here trying to avoid contact with police officers. Shout out to Torian. Torian said this was the only article that he found speaking on this, and that's crazy. And one of the reasons why is because they don't want anybody knowing. They don't want anybody knowing, but it's all good, though. We're going to let them know. You know? Aldean sings about protesters spitting at police, which is interesting because I wonder how he feels about this next stuff that we're going to talk about once we get off of him. And rails against perceived criminals that carjack an old lady at a red light. Now, here's my question. Who did that? What criminal carjacked the old lady at a red light? What about criminals that shoot up black grandmothers at Tops? You got a problem with that too, Jason Aldean, or you salute that kind of shit? I got a problem with criminals that kill their family. Guess where they come from? Small towns. I got a problem with criminals that touch little kids. Guess where they come from, Jason Aldean? Small towns. I got a problem with little chads that shoot up their classroom. Guess where they come from? Jason Aldean, small towns. But somebody from Philadelphia, I don't know, somebody needs to go get Beanie Siegel and go get Freeway. You know what I'm saying? Get one of them trap beats together. You know what I'm saying? And make a song about when Stormfront tried to come to Philadelphia. Try that in my hood. You know what I'm saying? Somebody need to hit him with the try that in my hood. You know what I mean? And shout out to my man Black Voltron Reloaded. Make sure you guys show Black Voltron Reloaded some love with the 1999 super chat. He says, good morning and big B1 salute to you, bro. Blacklight Revelations, the moderators, and the B1 nuclear radiation family. Big facts. Big facts. Show my man Black Voltron some love with some radiation emoji in the chat. He also references a gun his grandfather gave him and invites people to try the type of activities he imagines would, quote unquote, fly in the city in his small town and see how far they can make it down the road. I'll tell you what. Everybody in the city isn't a criminal. Like when you apply to move into an apartment or when you talk to a realtor to buy a home in the hood, literally nobody that's only on The Walking Dead where small town sheriff Rick Grimes asks people who are part of his clique, how many zombies have you killed? That's not on any real estate application, fuck boy. That's not on any job application, dipshit. That's not on any community college admission application either. Y'all not doing anything to anybody from the city because y'all not even doing anything to the people in the small towns that are terrorizing people in the small towns. You got dads doing sexual shit to their daughters. You got teachers touching little kids, and you got unhinged over 40 chads deleting people, and it takes 10 years to catch them to do it. Y'all ain't doing shit. The fuck? Try that in a small town. Try Crime Stoppers in your small town. Try that shit. The fuck? Try Crime Stoppers. Try familicide stoppers in your small town. Try school shooter stoppers in your small town. Try Stop the Boogaloo Boys from coming to their small town to burn down police departments in Minnesota in your small town. Try telling white militias not to threaten to kidnap Congress people and governors in their small towns. Try doing that. Let's try that, see how that works before we explore to the city. Here's what I want you to try in the city. I want you to try to walk up Skid Row by yourself without pissing yourself. If you can make it from block A to block B without a yellow streak going down your pants, because I tell you what, if I got to go to a rural area for something, I will. And I'll leave alive. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Kid Gravity said, I see he didn't mention the cops running up in their small town homes and arresting them for giving their kids a piercing. Nope, didn't mention that. Didn't mention anything about the small town cops who are putting their kids in jail as a disciplinary practice. Didn't mention that in the small town. Hey, Torian, what's the name of that small town in Kentucky? You know, the worst one in the United States. Shout out to Black Voltron. Black Voltron said Jason Aldean is mighty quiet about the suspected white supremacist protesters on January 6th. Yeah. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be funny, but Ashley Babbitt tried it in a small town. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just saying. However, Destiny Stark, a content creator and activist based in Ohio, finally some good news coming out of Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Pointed out that much of the footage in the video is from nowhere near the small towns in America that Aldean fantasizes about defending. And defending from what? That's my question. What are small towns being defended from? The only thing small towns need to be defended from is overpopulation of deer, coyote, and raccoons, and an occasional grizzly bear. Who's coming from the hood to small towns to terrorize small towns? Some of those small town girls are kind of down and dirty. You know what I'm saying? And somebody might come through on a late night creep to quote unquote terrorize some of them after dark, but that's all voluntary and consensual. Now, of course, when the people in the neighborhood find out about it, nobody's real happy about it, but it is what it is. That's the only time anybody going to the small town to terrorize anything. Nobody going to the small town to terrorize anybody. But people from the small towns do come to black neighborhoods to terrorize black people, and it's been going on since the inception of the United States. Shout out to Black Bitcoin Key. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, I gotta agree, Torian. Torian said he had to insert locations that aren't in the U.S. to push an already false narrative. Facts. Facts. This right here goes hand in hand with the changes that Ron DeSantis made in the Florida education system. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Because what we're going to do is we're going to act like rioting is normal in the cities, right? I'm going to tell you something. I live in the city. You know what I'm saying? Rioting is not normal. Rioting just doesn't happen out of nowhere. Maybe if there's a concert, maybe if there's an event, people get rowdy, that kind of thing can happen, but it's not a normal occurrence, right? But you know what is a normal occurrence? Police violence against black people. That is a normal occurrence. And in most cases, all of these riots that Jason Aldean is all mad about, we should change his name to Jason All Mad or Jason All Salty. That what he's mad about. All of those are the result of black people who were not treated the same as white people who attacked police officers. They said that George Floyd was resisting arrest. I've seen white police get deleted by people like Lance Stores. Now those police tried it on Lance Stores in a small town and he took them out. Those white police officers tried to arrest that blonde lady in a small town, and she grabbed a gun off the top of the car and started shooting at him. She started bucking at him. So while you sitting up here talking about try that in a small town, try to control your own people in a small town, because them people in the small town got more guns in the police department and they'll body y'all asses. Let's keep how many bodies have the citizens of small towns gotten on the police department? Man, they taking them cops out day out there. I just did a live stream on Crimecast where we talked about a dude named Devin Babane from Colorado Springs. Scared a police officer so bad he jumped over off a damn bridge and died. That police officer tried it in a small town and found out the hard way that the world is correct. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that should be his new name, Jason Saltine. Shout out to my man Emmanuel Carey. Hey, throw some radiation emoji in the chat. Jason Saltine. You know what I'm saying? In a series of TikToks posted Thursday, Stark uncovered multiple instances where stock footage is employed in the video. In one example, a woman flipping off protesters is a clip from Germany being sold as stock footage. So he's using Photoshop. He's using the stock images on Photoshop to attempt to spark outrage. Now, you see how we can name people like Lance Stores, Devin Bobain, name me black people that's out here deleting police officers and fighting them like that. The Portland serial killer, shout out to Professor Black Truth. The Portland serial killer suspect has a long, extensive history of resisting arrest. You know what I'm saying? Give me the black person that has a long history of resisting arrest. Oh, that's right. They never make it to the long history of resisting. They don't get to have a history. It's just like in real life. We don't get to have a history. You know what I'm saying? They delete them. But again, this is where I expect if these hip hop artists want to be the hip hop artists, they want to, be voices, they want to be respected. All right, where the response song at? I mean, they probably feeling Jason Aldean because, again, like I said, they rap about the same stuff. They rap about the same thing. In another video, Stark identifies what she believed to be footage from a 2013 protest in Ukraine. So this one right here is unconfirmed. So the consciousness of Aldean's video is that he's protecting his small town community from rioters and protesters protesting the police. You would think he's actually using footage from America. Now, here's my thing, right? First and foremost, let's again talk about the demographics of these small towns. In a lot of these small rural towns, the usual thing is that they're mostly white people, right? There's not droves of black people coming to small towns to terrorize white people. It's literally and historically, culturally, always white people leaving where they're from to go and try to terrorize other people. That's always how it is. That's always how it is. That's how the United States started. That's how Australia started. That's how New Zealand started. That's why the people of North Africa are far lighter than the people of sub-Saharan Africa. Let's keep it a buck. Pilgrims and Vikings are the original passport bros. You should call them passport terrorists. So no one's going to some random rural area in the United States to terrorize white people. Like, that's not happening. So now why you think you should police what goes on because let me tell you something. These areas are so racially pure as far as all white people. What's interesting about it is that the police violence in the small towns only affects white people in the small towns, like Zachary Gifford. Now, you're talking about a small town. The place where the police killed him in Colorado has a population of only 4,000. And that's a white boy that the police killed and planted a gun on him. Look up that name, Zachary Gifford. The police fucked with him. He wasn't even one of them white dudes that be trying to fight with the police. This dude was just a regular dude. He was a drug addict going around making money doing little odd jobs. He was working on a car or something one day. The cops came up, start messing with him for no reason. They roughed him up, shot him, and planted a gun on him. Small town. Shout out to my man B1 First. What's good with it? Shout out to Tammy and Two Factor. What's good with y'all? That happened in a small town. Literally, this town that it happened in got like 4,000 people. So now we're talking about proximity crimes that allegedly don't exist. White on white crimes like familicide, family annihilation, stuff like that, right? Ain't nobody doing none of the stuff that's going on in the city. In the city, we got issues with police profiling black people. It's not a lot of black people in the small towns. So you're not even going to have that issue. First of all, it's not even a lot of black people for them to be profiled. They mostly black people that drive through, and then the police decide to profile them. But on a normal basis, when it's just the population of that city, it's nothing going on there. Y'all busy terrorizing the one or two black people that happen to live there. Like how they doing those farmers in Colorado. What, when they say try it in a small town, what you talking about? Try being a rancher in a small town? Try being a farmer in a small town? We see what happens when you're a black rancher and you try to be a farmer in a small town. Let me ask y'all, what happens? Shout out to TD Hip Hop Media and shout out to Lisa Cabrera. They've been covering that those ranchers that have been going through it in Colorado. Shout out to DJ Elmo. DJ Elmo said Hunter Britton is a small town. Yeah, the Mallorys. That's facts. Appreciate you, Jesse. Yeah, the Mallorys. Try what in a small town? Try to grow some crops? Why didn't they put any footage of the Mallorys on there? That's what's actually going on in a small town. That's what the good American Christian people are doing in small towns, making it so people like that can't make a living. You know what I'm saying? Star said in a TikTok, you know it will be difficult to protect your small town in America from a festival taking place in Berlin, Germany. Facts. Aldine claimed there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage. I mean, clearly, what does that have to do with these things being in America? So again, as you can see, when confronted with the truth, immediate deflection. Well, all of these things are real news. Of course they're real news, idiot. Where do you think that the footage came from? Are they relevant to the context of your song? That's the question. When responding to the backlash to his song in a statement on Twitter posted Tuesday, did he respond to the backlash of the Sun at all yet? Has he done anything or said anything about that? That's what I'm curious about. I heard he was about to have a heat stroke up there. I mean, like, you know what they say. If you can't take the heat, get off the planet. You know what I'm saying? That's what, isn't that how the old isn't that how the old saying goes, or did they say something about a kitchen? I could have sworn it used to be, if you can't take the heat, get off the earth. But I think somebody changed it along the line and they said if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Shout out to shout out to my man KO Kid Fit. What's good with it, bro? He did have a heat stroke. Yeah. He said, whoo. At first they was playing Small Town USA, and then it's getting hot in here, so get up off the stage. That shit went from Jason Aldean to a Nelly concert real quick, didn't it? That shit went from Jason Aldean to Nelly real quick, didn't it? And now he reading Twitter sounding like Drake. Got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of enemies. You know how that shit go. You know what I'm saying? You know how that shit go. Oh man. Shout out to Troll Humper. McNasty with it. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, that shit went from a country concert to a hip-hop concert real quick. It's getting hot in here. So put on all your sunscreen. Man, that's crazy. Man, that's crazy. In my Uncle Murder voice, that's crazy. Multiple outlets also uncovered that multiple clips featured in the video originated in Canada. One clip appears to be from the 2010 G20 protests in Toronto, Rolling Stone reported. Stark told Insider she began looking into the protest footage on a hunch. After discovering the stock videos and international protest footage, she felt it was imperative to educate others on what she found, even while dealing with what she called vile comments from Aldine supporters, including death threats. What, try exposing somebody on TikTok in my small town? We'll come and lynch you. We'll come and lynch you. Listen, Linda. Sensitive. Say it with me. Sensitive. Sensitive. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, when dealing with controversial political issues, like what protesting looks like in America, I think it's really important to make sure that we are consuming truthful, actual information, Stark said, because the alternative is consuming misinformation, which has the ability to instill fear and paranoia and lead to situations where young people are going to protest in town they don't live in, armed with rifles when they're too young to own. You wouldn't happen to be talking about people like, I don't know, Kyle Rittenhouse or anything like that, would you? This song is a Kyle Rittenhouse manufacturing script. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. This song is a Peyton Gendron manufacturing script. This song is a Ethan Cromley manufacturing script. Shout out to my man Carlton Way. Would you guys agree? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we got 43 live viewers and we got 39 likes. If everybody could take a moment, bang on that like button and get us over 40, that would be great. This right here, what she's saying, that right there is a direct shot at Kyle Rittenhouse. The pro-gun, ultra-nationalist anthem accompanying video garnered criticism online after people pointed out that it was filmed at a courthouse in Columbia, Tennessee, where a black man named Henry Choate was lynched in 1927. Now, let me ask you guys a question. I mean, do you think that was an accident? If you guys think that was an accident, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that it was an accident, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Val. Val said, I heard the next town Aldine tried to perform in, the show was washed out from flooding. I guess nature is going in on him. Yeah, nature is going in on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's not aging well. Just call it a hunch. God, man. Why do people make me have to act like this early in the damn morning? You know what I'm saying? Gun control advocates and scholars of racial violence say that the video contains promotions of violence, racist undertones, and references to sundown towns. It does. Try being black in my town, boy. 2023. When is the last time a hip hop artist or an R&B artist made a song like that? Now, what I want you guys to understand is that this song that Jason Aldean made is looked at as masculinity, nationalism. When they say this is a white man being a good white man, this is the kind of stuff that they're talking about right here. Setting boundaries so these other people know who's in charge. That's one of the reasons why I say embrace villainy, because as long as you got a bunch of people running around and that's the culture and they think that you're just a punching bag, you got to let people know what time it is. Nah. Right. Oh my God, man. Shout out to, man, throw some radiation emoji in the chat for the super comments from Alanda. Rob, it's funny how folks like Al Sharpton and Cornel West advocate for poor white people when it's poor white people doing the shit that Aldean is talking about. And that song was made for the trailer parks. And they bumping it right after they finished listening to Dre Day and Nothing But a G Thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I swear to people so weird. If it's one thing about racist rap, white people, they love some gangster rap, probably because it talks about killing black people, and country music. They don't match. You could be at a stoplight next to one of them, try that in the small trucks. You know what I'm saying? And you will hear Bone Thugs and Harmony bumping on the speaker. They be having some nice systems in this shit. You know what I'm saying? They had the bass will be beating 1, 2, 3 into the 4. You like, the hell? You look over, this motherfucker got a cowboy hat on, dirty ass white t-shirt, and then the next song is Sweet Home Alabama. You like, man, what the fuck? The truck drive up, Confederate flag on the license plate thing. You're weird. You're weird. Torian said, remember when Beyonce came out with that song Formation and she performed it at the Super Bowl? Fulani, aka the Gargoyle, got mad and claimed that it was anti-police. Oh well. You know what I'm saying? Oh well. Last time I checked, police are anti-black. I don't understand why people just expect people to sit around and just get beat up, hit on, you know what I'm saying? Roasted. Ain't nobody about to sit down and deal with that. Ain't nobody about to sit down and take that shit. It's like Do or Die said when they was going at Bone, you bust at me, you better believe I'm busting back. The hell? Ain't nobody ducking over here. We busting back. That's what they do. That's what they do in the city. Motherfucker bust at me, you better believe I'm busting back. That's what we do in the city. We bust back. So now here it says Aldean denied that his song was quote unquote pro-lynching, despite the fact that it was recorded at a courthouse where a black man was lynched. This is just a different version of honoring ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Lynching and stuff like that gave people like Aldean everything they have in the United States. So they're honoring their ancestors. You know what I'm saying? But now he wants to say that it don't have nothing to do with lynching when it was recorded at a courthouse in Tennessee where a black man was lynched at. So how does it not have anything to do with lynching if you purposely recorded that shit where somebody was lynched at? Hey, Alonda, I don't consider that acting black. We should actually talk about that. I don't consider all these white people that sit up there and call themselves acting black. I never seen none of these motherfuckers try to act like Candace Owens, the black people they claim we should act like. White people don't even, when they quote unquote act black, because I'm gonna call it quote unquote, because I don't call it that shit. I call that shit blackface. But when white people quote unquote act black, they don't. I never seen no white person act like Malcolm X. I never seen no white person act like Marcus Garvey. I never even seen no white person act like Thomas Sowell as much as they love him. The fuck? I never seen no white person act like Officer Tatum. Who out here white and acting like Officer Tatum? Who out here white and acting like Coleman Cruz? Show me the white woman that's trying to act like Candace Owens. Show her to me. Where's she at? Tori said, Pastor Rob is awakened. Pass the collection plate and pay what you owe. Cut that damn check. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Cut the check. But Tarika's right though. I don't think that most people now are falling for that nonsense. I never have. I've always had an issue with that. Where's the white person that's buying clothes from the Ben Carson collection? You seen him? Where's the white person that's buying his robes from the Clarence Thomas collection? Where he at? All the black people that white people say we should be like, when they put on their blackface, they never act like any of those white people. They never act like any of those black people. Where they at? Where are they? You want us to be like those motherfuckers, but y'all want to be like us. Nah, stop talking like that. Stop talking like how you talk, Rob. You talk like a city boy. But then you want to try to talk like that. Man, with white people, everything is a hard ER. Motherfucker. Nigger. But then you try to, add some swag to that shit and sound awkward. But then tell us, you want to tell me that I'm supposed to be like Ben Carson while you sitting up there want to be like 50 Cent. Fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. That bullshit. The fuck? You all need to be like Thomas Sowell. All right, so I need to cut my braids off and put a little, bleach in my hair to get a couple gray spots and shit like that. And, just start making shit up about slavery. That's what I need to do while you sit there and get Thug Life tatted on your fucking stomach. That's what needs to happen. Just shut the fuck up. Try that shit in the hood. You telling motherfuckers to try shit in a small town. Try that in the hood. Try acting like Thomas Sowell in the hood as a white person. See how far that gets you. 1090 Jake ain't out here acting like Thomas Sowell, is he? Adam 22 ain't out here acting like Thomas Sowell, is he? Who 1090 Jake and Adam 22 act like? Well, Adam 22 act like somebody that I don't know, because I don't know anybody out here letting porn stars, smash their wife and then get mad when the porn star do an interview talking about how he stretched her out. I don't know anybody like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Maxwell Jenkins. What's good with it, bro? Yeah. Facts, Carlton. Michael Rappaport does not act like Dr. Claude Anderson. Facts. He sure as hell don't. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, man, make it make sense. Y'all telling us all these people. Y'all want to act like the cool people. Y'all want to act like Pookies and shit for your own entertainment. And then y'all tell us to put on business suits. See, as soon as I start swearing off the hook, my man MC Fact in the building. Now I feel bad. I gotta tone it down a little bit. Shout out to my man MC Fact. What's good with it, bro? MC Fact says, I wonder where all the so-called black leaders are on this Jason Aldean guy. I just checked and I can't find any of them giving him the smoke. Facts. That's because they're all busy burning crosses, making smoke with him. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says gun control advocates and scholars of social violence say that the video contains promotion of violence, racist undertones, and references to sundown towns. Aldean denied that his song was pro-lynching, despite the fact, again, that it was recorded at a courthouse in Tennessee where a black man who they have the name of was lynched. You know what I'm saying? In his lengthy Tuesday statement saying there wasn't a single lyric in the song that references race. All right, cool, bet. The fact that you recorded it at a courthouse where a black man was lynched, you referenced race. Instead, he said the song is about the feeling of a community that I had growing up. Right. What years did you grow up in, and where did you get your cultural values from? I guarantee you that your parents were born probably prior to 1960. So we know about that community, and we know about the culture that was passed down into that community. Man, shout out to Cameron. What's good with it, bro? Greg said racism is a team sport. Shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. And the song went #1. That's the theme of the stream. It's always gonna go #1. All you gotta do is say the N-word and be white, and you will get $100 million contract to say the N-word on Rumble. Now, just don't say it on YouTube. Don't say it on Spotify. Say it for us, and we'll make you even more rich than you already are. That's one of the reasons why we got to set up value chains so we can do that for ourselves. Because if I had an existing value chain, trust me, the day that Try That in a Small Town had it came out, man, I'd have had my young boys dropping mad cuts about Try That in the Hood. I might have even featured on it. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, Stark told Insider that even if Aldean did not intend the racist undertones, the video and song still include coded language used to stereotype, here we go, people of color. No, to stereotype black people. Who are people of color? People of color are people who turn red and purple and then pass out in the middle of their concert because they can't take the sun. They're turning colors. That's colors. That's color plural. Those are people of color. You remember Zartan on G.I. Joe? Who remembers Zartan? Oh, the sunlight. Jason Aldean was sitting up there like Zartan with a guitar. Zartan was a person of color. He turned blue in the sun and damn near died every time it came out. And Destro would sit there laughing at him. They're already going at there. Shout out to the rebellious one. There is already a war going on. In a war, toward the end of the war, when the victors are decided, you kill the men and you turn out the women. That's why those Sicilians are so dark. So now my question is, it's not at all times direct war, but can we say that in the United States, they've been killing men and turning out the women? If we can say that, give me a thumbs up. If you can't say that, then give me a thumbs down. And if you can say that, if you can identify that is going on, then that definitely means that war is popping off. Would you guys agree? If you agree, give me a thumbs up. If you disagree, give me a thumbs down. And this right here is just a territory marker. So all that is. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says on the surface level, most people would say no racism is present because it mentions nothing about race specifically. And I'm here to educate people on how figurative language and imagery are used historically in literary works of art, which I believe music is and can uphold racist messaging, Stark says. So here's the thing, right? We don't even need any of this discussion, right? We don't need to put ourselves on trial for the Insider magazine or for anybody to believe anything that we're saying. We know what time it is. So knowing what time it is, you just got to move accordingly, right? The music video was later pulled from being played on country music television. Now, here's my question. Why? And who asked them to do that? Because if you ask me, I wouldn't have asked them to pull it. Y'all know that I'm a 100% free speech advocate. I am not a member of the cancel mob. If you want to put out an album like that, put that shit out. Put it out and stand behind it. Put it in front of your heart like it's going to stop a bullet. You know what I'm saying? But whatever happens and comes back as a result of what you said or done, make sure that you're ready for that. I don't understand why on a country music station, which is a station of all songs like that, why they would have pulled it. Ain't none of us watching that shit. Ain't none who out here is watching the country music song, the country music station. I'm not. So they shouldn't have pulled it. That's not doing me a favor. Is them pulling this song from the country music television? Is that doing anybody in here a favor? They could keep shit like that because they'll do stupid shit like that and then try to say that's reparations or that's why we should vote for a particular party. That ain't shit. A bunch of motherfuckers that agree with Jason Aldean pulling his video for a political stunt. Ain't nobody fooled by that nonsense. Ain't nobody fooled by that clown trick. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all that is. That's all that is a trick. So we know what time it is. People are out here making these kind of statements and saying this kind of stuff blatantly. Now, this is interesting right here. I don't know where CNN be getting a lot of these people from, but they be getting them. But now, here's an article, and I think that this article is from Fox News. Okay. Oh, Tennessee rep. Is this one of those people that got this guy right here? Is this one of those guys that got kicked out of that meeting that one time? You know, you guys remember what they call him, the Tennessee 3 or something like that? Is this dude one of the Tennessee 3? This dude really trying to get famous. Yeah, they try to trigger you into a reaction, and they should get a reaction, but they should get the appropriate reaction, not just any reaction, the appropriate reaction. Yeah, this one of Tennessee 3 dudes. This cat looked like I forget what that UFC fighter name used to be in the WEC. Tennessee State rep Tennessee State rep claims Jason Aldean's song normalizes racist violence, lynching anthem. All right, so let's see what he got to say. Now, this dude right here, if I'm not mistaken, he's Blasian, correct? I think somebody had done some research. He's a Blasian fella. He looks Blasian. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with being Blasian. Shout out to him. He looks Blasian. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to make sure that we're clear here. If I'm not mistaken, this dude is Blasian. You know what I'm saying? Is that true? Can we get a confirmation in the comment section? Is old boy right here Blasian? I think he is. Again, ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not tripping. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta, yeah, ain't like sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people be saying some weird stuff. Okay, yeah. So shout out to DJ Elmo and shout out to Carla. Yeah, he is Blasian. He's Filipino and black. Right. Carlton said Blasian with a Democratic minder. Facts. I'm not sure what his name is, MC Fact, but they'll probably say it in this video. So let's check this out real quick.
It's a lynching anthem. It's an anthem that reminds me of the stories of young men like Trayvon Martin, Ralph Yarl, young men, Ahmaud Arbery, who were killed by white vigilantes. I mean, this song is not about small towns, because if it was about small towns, where was Jason Aldean when the Murray County people were fighting for their clean water? Where was he when hospitals in these small towns were closing? Where was he when people in these communities were suffering from starvation wages? Nowhere to be found, but instead he comes to sing a song that harkens back to division, that harkens back to fear of outsiders.
Hey, this dude is babbling. This right here is babble. Babble. He's babbling. You know what I'm saying? He sounds weird saying words with anti-kid gravity. This dude babbling. The name is Justin Jones. Shout out to Torian. His name is Justin Jones. He's babbling. His name is Justin Babble Jones, and he's babbling. You know what I'm saying? He's big babbling. Listen to this dude. Now, what I want you guys to pay attention to is pay attention to what he doesn't say and put it in the comments. Shout out to Bitter Truth Show. What's good with it, bro? Put it in the comment section what it is that he doesn't say. Put it in the comment section of what it is that he doesn't say. Yeah, Justin. But hey, shout out to KO Kid Fit. That's a good ring name, isn't it? Justin Babel Jones. He's a dude that is so bad at fighting, he gets punched, and every time after he gets punched, his eyes are crossed and he just babbles. That's why they call him Justin Babel Jones.
It's a lynching anthem. It's an anthem that reminds me of the stories of young men like Trayvon Martin, Ralph Yarl, young men, Ahmaud Arbery, who were killed by white vigilantes. I mean, this song is not about small towns, because if it was about small towns, where was Jason Aldean when the Murray County people were fighting for their clean water? Where was he when hospitals in these small towns were closing? Where was he when people in these communities were suffering from starvation wages? Nowhere to be found, but instead he comes to sing a song that harkens back to division, that harkens back to fear of outsiders, this racist violence that led my grandparents to leave these small towns, fleeing Jim Crow terrorism.
Which one of your grandparents? Which one? Who? which grandparents? What was their names? What was all your grandparents' names, bro?
This is something that we must.
Cause look, see, here go the thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like now I can say that definitively on my dad's side, absolutely 110% my grandparents. I can say that shit. We got the Ollie Mays and all of that. You know what I'm saying? We got the Mateys. We got the Junes. You know what I'm saying? We got the Reds. You know what I mean? We got the Slims. We got them all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about on my mom's side. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know my granddad that passed away on my mom's side. Now, I want to hear him say that. right, Leonard. Right. His grand. Right. Right. His grandfather, the name, somebody said his grandfather's name was not Hung, and I think that's very mean. You know what I'm saying? People shouldn't say stuff like that.
Condemn, because we normalize this racist violent rhetoric, then we normalize racist violent actions, and we cannot allow that because we see what's happening in this nation. I was expelled challenging gun violence. This song is about this proliferation of guns in our communities, of violence, of taking things into our own hands when we feel threatened by people because they're different than us.
All right, so shout out to MC Fact there. Put some info in the chat. MC Fact said, I just looked it up. He is the grandson of Black working class grandparents from the south side of Chicago and Filipino immigrants of Ibang and Atia ancestry who migrated to California. So now, a lot, not all the time, but a lot of times, that's where that babble comes in at. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. Not all the time. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, say all the time. But now let me ask you guys a question. You guys think Tommy Tuberville is playing this song on blast on 10? Leonard ain't shit. Leonard said that's Chun-Li's song with Balrog. Oh, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Balrog was just beating people up on Street Fighter 2, making digital babies with the little Street Fighter 2 chicks. He was making some digital mixed babies with the chicks on Street Fighter 2. You know what I'm saying? He tried it on a small game system and did it. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Tennessee State Representative Justin Jones called out country star Jason Aldean, describing his "Try That in a Small Town" song as a lynching anthem. And see, this right here is the problem, man. Democrats have to be removed away from these kind of issues. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Democrats have to be removed from these kinds of issues. There's got to be a detachment that takes place. You know what I'm saying? Democrat and Black should no longer be synonymous. They should have never been synonymous to begin with, but that's water under the bridge. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, I don't really think we need to waste time with this. We just read a little bit about it. They talked about it. We got other stuff to talk about. Now, here's my question. I want to know how many people are happy about this. Did you guys thank Joe Biden for this today? If you guys thanked Joe Biden for this right here today, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't thank Joe Biden for this, then you guys need to explain to me why you didn't thank him for it. Did everybody thank Joe Biden for their Emmett Till National Monument? If this ain't a slap in the face, I don't know what is. What is this supposed to do? They didn't even prosecute that woman. What's her name? Carolyn Bryant. They didn't even prosecute Carolyn Bryant, but you putting up a damn statue of somebody who didn't get justice? So the reason why they're putting up this statue is because basically this is a compliment to the Jason Aldean song and saying that this is the United States where you can do shit like this to people like him and nothing happens to it. That's the reason why the statue is put up. We're going to act like it's a statue for you, but actually this is a statue for white people to remind them that they can delete you whenever they wish without consequence. And here's proof: our little statue that we put in the middle of the town of an example. So this ain't no anything for black people. This is an example monument for white people. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Facts. And we have to change that. This isn't an honor to Emmett Till. This is a practical joke on black people. You know what I'm saying? This is a honor to white people. We've set up a society that is so tilted in our favor, we can delete minors like Emmett Till and nothing will happen. And here's a reminder. Serial killers, when serial killers delete people, they keep a token or they keep some kind of marker. This is that marker. There's literally nothing to celebrate about Emmett Till other than the fact that Carolyn Bryant now is a home for worms. Biden to establish national monument honoring Emmett Till. Biden is an Adoso, and he's establishing this national monument to honor his Adoso past and what his Adoso past has allowed for him to accomplish here in the United States. President Biden will reportedly sign a proclamation on Tuesday to establish a national monument honoring Emmett Till, the 14-year-old black teenager whose lynching in 1955 galvanized the civil rights movement that hasn't done shit for us. So this is a double joke. This is a double whammy. This is a joke with two punchlines. This is a combination joke. This is honoring white privilege and the ability to be able to delete black minors with no consequence. And it's also honoring a movement that was allegedly geared towards things going on with us to help everybody else. Who is it? I think it's Professor Black Truth that always says white supremacy likes a practical joke, and they like the ones that take a long time to pay off. This is one of them right here. So is the civil rights movement. You know what I'm saying? So now the thing is that we have to fight this stuff. It has to be us. It cannot be anybody else. No one else has a vested interest. Everybody else has a vested interest in making sure that we never wake up to the nonsense. And they also have a vested interest in making sure that they can continue to benefit from the confusion that people have from not addressing the nonsense. Emmett Till tried it in a small town. You know what I'm saying? He tried having a heartbeat and brainwaves in a small town. So this to me is nothing more than just backing up the tried in a small town lyrics. Emmett Till and Mammy Till Mobley National Monument will span three sites in Illinois and Mississippi, marking locations that are central to Till's story, according to the Associated Press. The new monument will protect places that tell the story of Emmett Till's too short life and racially motivated murder, the unjust acquittal of his murderers, and the activism of his mother, Mammy Till. I mean, one of the unjust acquittals literally just happened about 2 months ago. What are they talking about? Like, this is some history shit. What are they talking about? Like, this ain't history. They literally just decided to not prosecute Carolyn Bryant, right? If that's correct, give me a thumbs up. If that's incorrect, give me a thumbs down. I'm pretty sure they just recently made that decision to throw out all of the prosecution and all of the efforts against Carolyn Bryant. And they're trying to act like some kind of progress was made. How was progress made? You know what I mean? It will include the Roberts Temple Church of God in Christ in Chicago, where Till's mother held an open casket funeral to display her son's brutalized body. Graball Landing in Tallahatchie County, Mississippi, where Till's body is believed to have been pulled from the Tallahatchie River, and Tallahatchie County 2nd District Courthouse in Sumner, Mississippi, where Till's murderers were acquitted, will also be a part of the monument. And that's why. Why would any of that be part of the monument? Because the monument is actually to them. The monument is actually to them. Would you guys agree? That's who the monument is to. Till was visiting relatives in Mississippi in August 1955 when he was then kidnapped, beaten, and shot for allegedly whistling at a white woman. So he tried it in a small town. Shout out to Jason Aldean. What we need, I'm not trying to be funny, and there might be some people that don't feel this because they might be like, that's kind of disrespectful, but I don't think that it is. And y'all got to feel where I'm coming from on my troll side. I think that people should Photoshop the album cover of Tried in a Small Town and put Emmett Till on it and then retweet it all over the place. I think that would really piss the right people off. See, because a lot, like, they do a lot of memeing and they do a lot of trolling, and us not so much. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, like, we should really step our troll game up the way we step our athletic game up. That would piss Jason Aldean off. And it doesn't matter if he's pissed off or not. No one cares. The whole purpose of Ron DeSantis and all of his efforts in Florida is to make sure that people don't get pissed off, which means that one thing that we need to do is make sure that we keep people in a constant state of being pissed off. Because if they're trying not to have people a certain kind of way, then what that means is, in order for us to get things the way that we need them to get, we need to make sure that we're keeping people the way that they don't want them. KO Kid Fist said the son was pissed off with Jason. Bro, he caught all kind of blisters. He got boils and everything, literally boiled. You know what I'm saying? 2 white men, Roy Bryant and J.M. Millam, were found not guilty of Till's murder by an all-white jury in September in 1955. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Has anything changed about all-white juries? If anything has changed about all white juries, give me a thumbs up. If nothing has changed about all white juries, then give me a thumbs down. However, they later admitted to the killing in an interview with Look magazine, notes AP. And still, after admitting to the killing, did they ever go to jail? Did they ever serve any time? Did anything ever happen to them? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let your boy know. So what do we got next? You guys will love this one. You guys will love this one. You guys ready for this? You're not going to believe it. Actually, maybe you will. You guys will believe it. You guys will believe it. You guys will believe it. I'm gonna move it up so y'all can see the y'all can see the title. Y'all see y'all see y'all see the title? Racist truck driver who told neighbors to go back to Mexico is an immigrant himself. How many times have y'all seen something like that? That's what white supremacy will do to people's brains. That's what it'll do to people's brains. And that's dangerous. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody for being aggressive on that like button. We got 58 viewers and we got 58 likes. Shout out to y'all. A racist truck driver, which, we'll examine and see if it's actual racism, who told neighbors to go back to Mexico is an immigrant himself. And this is according to the FBI. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the FBI. Marion Hudak is the 51-year-old Concord, North Carolina resident and Donald Trump supporter who allegedly launched a campaign of racial intimidation against his neighbors. Hudak, according to police reports, tried to run black motorists off the road, displayed a Confederate flag in his pickup truck, made death threats, and hurled racial insults at black and Latino neighbors. So you know they got to lump Latinos in it. They just couldn't. It wasn't newsworthy when he was, committing vehicular crimes against black people. But it is newsworthy now that he said something about somebody Latino. You know what I'm saying? Hudak reportedly has very anti-immigrant views and told some of his neighbors to go back to Mexico. But according to an FBI search warrant that the Daily Beast had obtained a copy of, Hudak is an immigrant himself. The Beast's Justin Rolich reports that the search warrant says Hudak immigrated to the United States in 2001. The document doesn't specify which country he came from, but Rolich notes that Hudak is an Eastern European name. Among other things, prosecutors say Hudak has pulled guns unprovoked on members of minority groups, verbally abused and physically assaulted his Mexican neighbors. Hudak was already under state supervision when he was taken into custody by the feds under Title 18 and Title 42 laws, which make it illegal to harass anyone based on their race, religion, or gender, sexual preference, or national origin. Now, here's my question. What did religion, gender, sexual preference, and national origin, well, maybe national origin, what did religion, gender, and sexual preference have to do with as far as slavery goes? Why were those things added into the Civil Rights Act? And why didn't people catch that and cut it off? That's my question. Last November, look at this. Last November, Hudak was sentenced to probation on a misdemeanor property damage, North Carolina Department of Adult Correction data show. So now what did he do? Property damage. Did he vandalize somebody's stuff? What happened? So this is the America that we live in, where people are doing this kind of stuff out here. This dude Hudak is an immigrant telling other immigrants to go back to where they came from. Doesn't that sound about right? That right there is a prime example of white supremacy brain damage. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Now, they sitting up here talking about drug addiction is a mental disorder. I think white supremacy brain damage is a mental disorder. And I think that it should have an ICD code attached to it. People should be able to go get treatment. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that. I think Neely Fuller would agree with me. You know what I'm saying? The white supremacy is a culture that teaches everybody that their culture is okay as long as it's ingratiated into the standards that white people create for their culture. And that's one of the reasons why you have that whole model minority thing that's starting to crumble. Now, check this out right here. This white lady right here, she got real masculine, but she ain't on the thumbnails and no videos. She ain't on the thumbnails and no videos. She masculine though. She got real masculine. She got buck like Marjorie Taylor Greene get buck. But they ain't on the cover. I put Marjorie on the cover of my videos. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Marjorie, one of my faves. You know what I'm saying? So she get the cover spot a lot. She may have never been a cover girl in her life. You know what I'm saying? But like Twista and Kanye them said, I'll make you a celebrity and shit. You know what I'm saying? But this, but this one right here, you know what I'm saying? This one right here, spitting on people. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys show some love to the rebellious one with the $2 super chat. Definitely appreciate it. The Confederacy is still alive in modern day. Facts. I agree. I agree. I think they said the truck driver was Eastern European, Lucas. But they said that the search warrant just said that he immigrated from somewhere, but they didn't know exactly where it was. But his last name, Hudak, was Eastern European. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to MC Fact. MC Fact says, newsflash, this just in. Ghana has passed an anti-alphabet bill. Okay, back to the live stream. Now, here's my question, right? Africa is the woke continent because we all know that woke means black, right? Now, what I find fascinating is that it's the traditionalist, the Western countries and the Western continents that are pushing, quote unquote, alphabet. But it's the woke nations that are rejecting the alphabet. The woke countries are rejecting the alphabet. And I don't really hear anybody talking about that. You guys notice that? The woke, it's the woke countries that are fighting against this stuff. So now here it says a judge on Friday dismissed hate crime and other charges against a white woman who spat on a black woman during competing protests at the Connecticut State Capitol, then was allowed to resolve the case through probation. The victim called the outcome being spat on once again. Until you start doing the spitting, that's what's going to continue to happen. MC Fact said, I made a mistake. That should be a happy face emoji. Hey, you know me, MC Fact. I ain't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even say nothing. I seen it and I said, just kept, I happened to glance over, you know, they kept on reading and okay. You know what I'm saying? All right, you know, okay. The justice system has failed me, Karen Prescott told the court. No, it didn't, Karen Prescott. Nothing failed you except for your own resources, except for your own reflexes, except for your own judgment and situational awareness. The justice system did not fail you. The justice system did exactly what it was supposed to do to you. Would you guys agree? The justice system did exactly what it was supposed to do to that black lady. And it also did exactly what it was supposed to do for the white lady. The justice system did not fail. The justice system is undefeated. Okay? Yulia Gilston. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but this right here sounds like an immigrant name. Yulia Gilston? Oh, she sounds like wherever the Hansel and Gretel folklore stories came from. Has faced charges including deprivation of rights, which is a hate crime, in the 2021 encounter. Then she was granted a special probation program, special probation program for special people that lets first-time offenders avoid a criminal record if they complete certain requirements. Hers included 100 hours of anti-hate instruction, and they about to make it illegal to make people take anti-hate instruction. They got this article right here about white-splaining. People are mad that people are making them take classes discouraging white-splaining. That's not good enough. White-splaining should be a criminal offense. It should be a felony. Now, you know what I'm saying? you know, Rand Paul ain't happy about this one right here. He definitely ain't happy. He definitely ain't happy about this. Kentucky requires nurses to take training on structural racism and white-splaining. You know, Rand Paul is pissed. God damn it. Now, hey, listen, man. I didn't tell nobody to ask anybody to make white people take a class on white-splaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't something that came from over here. You know, I just want to put that out there. But I think that's hilarious. That's crazy, man. That's funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, white-splaining. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to white-splain anymore. Hey, I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. I think that's hilarious. Hold on real quick. Let me see something. Let me get this together real quick. All right, so we about to put this back. We about to go back to this. Yeah, they ready for the male tears. They ready. You know? Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Absolutely. Big facts, MC Fact. Look, they white peopling, be careful. They might make a law, or they might make a class talking about you're not allowed to white people. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to make you gonna have a U.S. sheriff come into your house. Oh, I see you have a screen name on YouTube called white peopling. Just so you know, that was outlawed in 2023, and it's illegal in 4 jurisdictions across the United States, and we're going to need you to not do that. That's wild, man. As long as people know that ain't nobody asking anybody that. I don't know where that came from. That I'm not trying to be funny, man, but that sounds like something that one of those white anti-racists would have said. Well, we need to make sure that white people stop white peopling. Hey, guess what? You're white peopling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, how about just make sure that check gets cut? You know what I'm saying? Like anything as far as addressing racism, addressing white supremacy, addressing systemic issues here in the United States, anything other than talking about cutting a check is white-splaining. No, let's set up some programs. You're white-splaining. You need to go ahead and take that class that you think everybody else should take because you're doing it too. Now let's get some, let's get some things going here for the LGBTQ and marginalized community. I mean, everybody has these issues that America is founded on hate and discrimination, and there's a lot of things that we need to address. Now, cut the check, cut the goddamn check, and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. Now I want to know how many. I want to know. I want to know what the syllabus of the deprogramming of white-splaining class has in it, because since they now, mind you, remember, we didn't ask for that. It's not something that we asked for. So when Tim Pool and Ryan Kennel get their faces all beat red like a tomato and they get on YouTube with their overly subscribed channels and start ranting and raving to their privileged subscribers, I just want to make this clear. We didn't ask for that. However, I would like to make some suggestions. I think that Adam 22 is white peopling. I think that Adam 22 is white peopling. I think that he's white-splaining. I want to make sure that Adam 22 is a classroom example on the anti-white-splaining class. I think just Pearly thinks white-splains a lot. I think she should be part of the class. I think she should be part of the curriculum. Since we're changing educational standards here in the United States and all, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to have my contribution as an American, to the efforts. You know what I'm saying? Ron DeSantis about wore his welcome out. Now it's time for us to do some things. You know what I'm saying? So again, this lady is lost in the sauce because she thinks that the justice system failed her. Let me ask you guys a question. Did the justice system fail? The justice system is not set up to succeed for you. The justice system is set up to succeed for the white lady that spit in your face. Leonard, facts. You know what? Hold on real quick. We're gonna take who we've been going heavy, man, on some heavy topics for a minute. Y'all want to take a quick commercial break? If y'all want to take a quick commercial break, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't want to take a quick commercial break, give me a thumbs down. If y'all want to take a quick commercial break, let me know. Let me see. I'm about to see if I can find this. Let's see if I can find something here real quick. Let's see if I can find something real quick here for y'all. Yeah. Speaking of Adam 22, you know what I'm saying? Needs to be part of the curriculum for the white-splaining class. We'll get there eventually. We'll get there. These things are long. You know what I'm saying? I said these things are long. No offense, Adam. You know what I'm saying? But let's see this real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all something. Let's see. All right, let me see. Lord have mercy. My computer is doing too much. You guys see all those Crimecast clips that I have queued up? I got stuff processing videos that I edited, and that's why my computer is going slow, because I'm live while the videos is getting edited. Now, I know we got some Corey Holcomb fans in the building. Yeah, I know I rock some Corey Holcomb. I like Corey Holcomb's content. He funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? So they talked about Adam 22 and Lena the butt plug. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what Corey talking about here. What y'all think Corey said? That's a troll question. That's a troll question. What y'all think? What y'all think Corey Holcomb said? Oh man. Let's see what he said.
From what I understand, he's in a situation where his wife runs shit. The reason I say his wife runs shit, because she's doing what the fuck she want to do. Any relationship where a woman is allowed to do what she wants to do, that is destroying the entire community. Right. There's no community that can thrive if a woman is allowed to do what she wants to do. I mean, the whole world will be makeup, Botox, and BBL. I mean, what else do they do? Anyway, because she's allowed to do what she want to do, she wound up doing a scene with a big black dick. All right, she got hit with a big black dick, nigga with a big black dick. All right, you got that out. It's hard to talk about this shit.
His dick is actual porn star. They do porn though.
That's what I'm saying. He a porn star. But I heard something changed in their relationship as she encountered a woolly mammoth.
Hey, what? something changed in the relationship. What changed? Corey Holcomb said that something changed in the relationship. My question is, what changed? Hey, look at how D looking. Look at D face looking at Corey. Damn, she mad. Look at D looking at him like that. What the hell?
A dick-a-tooth tiger.
A dick-a-tooth tiger. I think they did scenes together for the most part.
Yeah.
But some people got dick, but some people are ridiculous. From what I understand and what I saw when I saw this clip, it caused friction. Well, thank you, Martin. So, to talk about this, I'm not going to hold my tongue. First of all, can you be in a productive relationship with a woman that you fuck on tape and put it out there? Can you be in a
Now, I think that's a good question. Let me ask you guys a question. What do y'all think about that? Answer that question for me in the comment section. Can you be in a productive relationship with a porn star? I ain't trying to be funny, but like, look at Kim and Kanye. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's over.
Productive relationship like that? I don't know. Yeah. If you fuck a girl on tape for the world to see, how can that be a woman that means anything to you?
I agree.
I'm just asking. Like, there may be some people.
Home video?
Huh?
Home videos too?
Well, home videos don't count. I'm talking about videos that you have put out in public. Like, there are guys who break up with girls, girls who break up with guys who put tapes out that they shouldn't have never put out. That's the danger of having sex with somebody on tape. But I'm saying, like, people who, like, this is our lifestyle. We're going to fuck on tape for the world. Yeah.
Wow.
I just don't.
That, if you ask me, that is a horrible, terrible, degenerate lifestyle. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Right. Kid Gravity said, pause. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
See any real commitment in that.
Yeah, I agree.
His girl got hit by a person with a big penis.
She said that's what she wanted. She said she wanted a BBC.
Okay.
A penis.
Okay. So if your girl say that, what does that do?
That's the guy. Oh.
What does that do?
That's just a little porn star.
How you know him, Morgan?
I know. She spoke out on which of the two men were better in bed. And she admitted that she had more fun getting intimate with Jason than she does with her husband.
Oh, man. Who does it? Who does it? Who does it? Now, here's my question to the guys that's watching. How do you continue to have a relationship with a woman after you get roasted like that? not only did she say that, she said that right on No Jumper podcast to Adam 22. She said it to Adam 22, and then she said it on several other streams that she's been on. And now Adam 22 doing this weird stuff, going around offering her to other people. He tried to offer her to Andrew Tate and all kind of weird stuff. But how do you come back from that is my question. Or is there any coming back from that? Is there any coming back from that? That relationship is done. It's a wrap. They didn't maintain it to begin with. They got together on some nonsense. They had a relationship of degeneracy, and now it's at the bottom with sewage floating around. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before this is just all done.
Yeah, I mean, but Adam is a master manipulator.
So it could,
Is he?
it could be business.
Yeah.
You think this is business.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
if you notice, I haven't said his name because I don't know him. I'm not aware of it.
Yeah,
I'm saying this. I'm glad you said he cool. I believe he cool. The subject I'm talking about is something that everybody is scared to talk about. I mean, even if they set it up where it's because it gets traffic,
Yeah.
it's brilliant. I'm saying we talking real life here.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of men are afraid that if their woman steps out on them, they will find a sexual partner that you're not equivalent to, dick size wise.
Yeah.
People don't like to say that. It's almost like, oh, you keep this low, you keep this low.
Yeah.
And the question I have is, can it interfere with your relationship when you lose your woman over a dick?
I don't think.
You ain't never had it.
That's your
I
opinion.
wouldn't-
I mean, like, the answer is of course. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, right? But at the same time, though, that's why both people are supposed to be respectful towards each other's boundaries in the relationship. And see, like, the Adam and Lena, they have a open borders relationship. Would you guys agree? Their relationship is like the southern border of the United States. This is anybody coming, literally anybody coming and going. Jason Love, he coming and going, literally came and gone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you got an open border, if you got a Biden policy relationship, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And Adam 22 definitely has a Biden administration relationship policy stance. Open borders. Just come on in. And Adam 22 said, just come on in. And Jason Love literally just did that. You know what I'm saying? He actually did it. Okay, I'm gonna take that to the fullest extent. And he did. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Lehman Lucas. My man Lehman Lucas said, yes, I can't wait for Crimecast. Yo, I've been clipping up the Crimecast videos, right? So it's if you guys are subscribed to Crimecast, you'll see a bunch of premiere videos coming. I got a new Crimecast stream scheduled. I'm gonna actually probably, if I can get all the content that I want to do today done, I'm gonna try to do another one late night tonight. This one that I'm gonna do late night tonight is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Crimecast, real quick, shout out to Telegram 3ma. My man Telegram 3ma, literally every time a Crimecast drops, always hits me with a cash app. So shout out to my man Telegram 3ma for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he shot up the club too, and she licked up the gunpowder. Nasty. He shot up the club and she licked up the gunpowder. She broke all the rules.
Huh?
We said, can it wet your
Can
relationship?
you lose your woman over another dude dick?
Of course you can.
Expand on that. As my friend would say, go deeper. Well, not in
If you
this
got more dick,
situation.
you're gonna go deeper. But what I'm saying is a few things. First of all, I mean, at the end of the day, it's more about excitement. Because I don't give a fuck if you got a 12-inch dick. Eventually, if she leaves for that nigga, she gonna leave him for another nigga with a 13-inch dick. So it's only it ain't you. If you lose your woman to a nigga with a bigger dick, it ain't you.
It ain't.
It ain't never you. But it's this weird thing about being a man when our ego gets wrapped into other people's decision making. Your woman fucking another nigga is not a reflection of you as a man. It's a reflection of her as a woman. So if she's leaving, it's always a bigger dick. It's all, and look, bitches leave niggas for bitches, and bitches don't have no dick. So the dick thing ain't really the argument. The argument is understanding as a man that it's only so far you can go before you have to relinquish it to your girl, meaning you have to understand that she's going to make her own decisions as a woman, and women have a tendency to get bored because most of these whole ass niggas have women thinking that we're their entertainment. Instead of them serving us, they feel like we the movies and Disneyland, Magic Mountain. We supposed to make them happy and entertain them. So any nigga that's entertaining a bitch is going to lose her to a nigga with a bigger dick. But
Man, that is fucking well put, Craig, about entertaining a bitch. Like, that shit is fucking deep what you just said, dog. Because I know, like, most motherfuckers, remember the time video with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
That bitch said, I'm bored. Find a way to entertain me. I'll be like, bitch, put this dick in your mouth.
Hey, Corey, wow, man.
Hey, have a lion fuck this bitch so the next bitch don't have to talk to me like
that. Hey, Corey, wow, man. Corey, wow. Corey out of pocket at all times. Like, this dude. Yeah, exactly, Tammy. Adam. Facts. Adam. You know what I'm saying? Just messing up all over you got, bro, you got just pearly things calling you out. And she right about some of the shit she said about you too. And you got to be really down bad if you got just pearly things saying accurate shit about you. Like, God, bro, you done just messed everything all up. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to this. Hold on real quick, y'all. I don't know what just happened. Something. Okay, there we go. Ooh, man, my screen just disappeared. I'm telling you, my computer is struggling right now. All right. So now, here it says the justice system has failed me, Karen Prescott said. Now, remember, Karen Prescott is the victim. Karen Prescott is the black woman who got her face spat in, okay? She says that the justice system failed her. If you were able to sit this woman down and talk to her about the justice system and about the justice system failing, what would you tell her? Let me know what you guys would tell her in the comment section. Because if you ask me, the justice system didn't fail her. The justice system did what it's supposed to do. Help the white woman to continue to succeed. Yulia Gilstein had faced charges including deprivation of rights, which is a hate crime, in a 2021 encounter. She was then granted a special probation program. Now, my question is, what needs to happen is we need to be able to take a look at all of the people who were granted this special probation program and see what the demographics of that is looking like. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. That lets first-time offenders avoid a criminal record if they complete certain requirements. Hers included 100 hours of anti-hate instruction. So she's about to be taking that white-splaining class. The two women, both in their 40s, crossed paths as people rallied at the Capitol for various causes on January 6th of 2021, the start of a new state legislative regime. It was also, as it turned out, the date of the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, and it was in the thick of the C-19 pandemic. Prescott was taking part in a BLM demonstration. Gilstein was protesting mandatory childhood juicing and C-19 masking requirements. Okay. So now what's interesting about that is this is how politics is in the United States. You can't believe that Black lives are part of the American population and have issues with C-19 juicing and masking at the same time. Both of these people just have to fight each other. I'm going to tell you something. I got certain views on juicing. I don't mind masks. And Black lives absolutely matter. But none of that matters because if you guys have ever noticed, Black people are the only people that can't be moderates. Now, here's the question. Why is that? Has anybody ever noticed that? Black people cannot be politically moderate. There's a lot of Black people that are very conservative, but they're for reparations. That negates everything conservative that they are about politically and turns them woke. Make it make sense. Oh, it makes sense. But I want y'all to just make it make sense. Because people need to understand the political landscape. Because what that means is that you don't have access to full politics. And that you're being locked out and blocked out by all these other groups. And if we're locked out and blocked out by all these other groups, then what they're doing is they're doing a concealment strategy, an isolation strategy, a containment strategy. They've been trying to work towards politically containing black people for a long time. And that's what's going on right now. That's one of the reasons why you don't see any black moderates. When the news talks about something like that, they'll just say, oh, we're in a political climate of, the United States is just so politically charged. No, it doesn't have anything to do with that. We all know that the United States is politically charged. It's been politically charged ever since they came over here. But these are strategies, and these are containment strategies. And that's one of the reasons why these large white media outlets will literally, there's between white conservative and white media outlets, there's a race to attack and there's a race to engulf. And white liberal media outlets race to act like they're at the forefront of a black issue, not because they care about it, but to control the narrative and then dilute the initiatives. And that's one of the reasons why we got to have our own media. We got to have our own ownership platforms. Until we do, we will not be able to control anything. Something that I might need to tell you guys might be against YouTube community guidelines because it might make somebody's feelings hurt. I can't appropriately disseminate the kind of information that I need to. And also maintain a channel. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to have our own shit where we make our own rules. And on top of it, we got to make ours better than everybody else's, and we got to make it better to the point to where we can be competitive with everybody else's and eventually put everybody else out of business. It's the same thing you do in any economy. Corner the market and raise the price. That's what everybody should be on that. You know what I'm saying? Prescott said she and the others were shouting Black Lives Matter and other slogans when Gilstein countered with remarks including all lives matter and Black lives don't matter. She sounded like Hassan Campbell. She actually pulled out snot from her snot box, but she spit it on somebody's face. Sounded like Hassan Campbell. Because Hassan Campbell's whole intro music used to say Black lives don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Prescott, who was wearing a face mask, said that she also told Gilstein to back up because she wasn't masked. Gilstein then spat in her face and left. A video shot by WTNH TV showed. So they got this woman on video spitting in this black lady face, and it is what it is. The black lady is the bad guy. The white lady is the hero. Leonard said, not thy son. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, that dude. You know what I'm saying? Gilstein's attorney, Lonis Kalodis, said his client's actions were wrong, but not racially motivated. I mean, she's literally said Black lives don't matter and then spat in the lady's face. That's not racially motivated, then what is? Shout out to Vega. What's good with it, Vega? If you say Black lives do not matter and then spit in a black person's face, that's not racially motivated? Now, we know that's crazy, right? We know that's insane. We know that that's definitely racially motivated. But what you need to pay attention to is that not only did she say that, all of this stuff was on tape. The judge said, okay, you're right. You guys see that? The judge said, okay, you're right. So now here's the question. How do you deal with that going forward? I think one of the reasons why a lot of people tend to have so much difficulty in the world is because a lot of people deny reality. A lot of people go forward with false understandings and false interpretations of how reality actually is. This is reality. You know what I'm saying? This is what reality looks like. Gilstein's attorney, Linus Coldis, said that his client's actions were wrong, but not racially motivated. He characterized the encounter as a reaction in a heated environment. Hartford Superior Court Judge Sheila Pretz has called the incident despicable, but says Gilstein still qualified for the special probation program known as accelerated rehabilitation. Now, here's my question. How many people qualify for that, and what kind of crimes disqualify you for that? That's my question. Does anybody know? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't smashed that like button, make sure you guys take a moment and smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, make sure you guys take a moment, hit the bell, and please also share the stream out. And if you're not getting notifications, or you're interested in sending articles, make sure you guys follow my other social media, and also make sure that you guys hit the Discord link that is in the comment section. Okay. So like none of these explanations make sense. And it's crazy how people can just go about this stuff like it's just normal. Prescott on Friday said she was disgusted by the outcome. She called the program one of the worst things that could happen to a victim of a hate crime. Now, here's my question. How many people who committed hate crimes against AAPI people got to benefit from that program? That's what I'm curious about. Shout out to Tia. What's good with it, Tia? How many people who committed crimes against AAPI people got to be a part of this special little slap on the wrist program here? That's what I'm curious about. The justice system is failing black people, she told the judge, adding, this is being spit on once again. And again, the justice system is not failing black people. What the justice system is doing is working for white people. It's not failing black people. It wasn't made for something that's not made for you, is not failing you. Would you guys agree? The justice system is not failing black people because the justice system was never designed to give black people justice. The justice system was designed during a time when black people were property. And it was also designed by people that have a legacy hatred for black people. So the justice system was never designed to do anything other than make examples of us. And it has been doing that, which means that it's been working. Until people get the understanding that the justice system is not set up to provide you justice, it's just going to be news article after news article like this. Shout out to Lloyd Sky 9. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to Al McCowan. What's up with y'all? Would you guys agree? Let's see.
Matter, and that's when she wasn't until we started saying Black Lives Matter, and that's when she started to antagonize us and say things like Black Lives don't matter. I am asking her to back up. I'm looking at the officer because there's an officer literally right in front of me.
You see that? That's that. There it is on tape. Now, somebody justify that. If this doesn't tell you what this criminal justice system is here for, I don't know what I don't know what does. Also, real quick, guys, make sure that you all watch the video all the way through to the end. It'll take you right into the Crimecast clip that's premiering next. The stream might end up being longer than, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, whatever. But if that doesn't happen, you know, just make sure you guys watch it all the way through. Michael R says that should count as precedent the next time they try to lock a black person up for doing something similar. I agree. If you guys agree with Michael, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Watch this. Look at this. She's this is not, y'all know how I am, so don't be offended by this, but she did a spit and run. She did a spit and run. Did y'all see that?
This was not small.
Look at that. She did a spit and run. She spat.
This was not small. Wasn't until we started.
She spat and ran. Now, what I need is I need some people to white explain this for me. I need some white explaining. Somebody white explain this for me. Well, let me go check the comment section on Rumble real quick. See if anybody over there white explaining. We got 18 people watching. Somebody help me white explain, please. Everybody always sit there and talk about how people want people always sit there and talk about how they're not able to talk and all this, and you know, the free speech is going away. I'm sitting up here asking you to white explain this. You know what I'm saying, help me out here. They ain't saying nothing. They're not explaining. So, you know, I guess we got to move on.
They're saying black.
But what I want you guys to see is that was unprovoked. It's not like that lady put the megaphone in her ear. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing happened. I did just charge her with a spit and run. Facts. That's why, see that, and that's how they got away with that little probation program, because spit and run, you're gonna do some jail time if you get sentenced for spit and run. You know what I'm saying?
Lives matter, and that's when she started to antagonize us and say things like Black lives don't matter. I am asking her to back up. I'm looking at the officer because there's an officer literally right in front of me.
Man, that's crazy.
This was not small. For many people, this is like the
man. That would have been. I would be in jail. I'd be in jail. Man, it would have looked like a grizzly bear escaped and got hold of her if she had to spit on me like that. Oh, I'm gonna let y'all look at it. I'm gonna let y'all look at that again.
Worst form. This was,
man, she got her right. Man, listen, man, look. What would y'all have done if that happened to y'all?
This is not small. For many people, this is like the worst form. I'd rather be punched. I didn't even realize until looking back at the video that I still had the spit on my glasses. I still had the spit on my mask. And it wasn't until probably maybe an hour later that it finally registered, like, oh my God, what if she has COVID?
I don't care about no, man, look. I'm not thinking about none of that. Like I said, I ain't even thinking at all. You spit on me, you gonna think a wild animal just escaped the zoo. And that's exactly what you're gonna look like if I get hold of you. You're going to look like a wild animal just got loose from the zoo and you happen to be standing there. That's what you're going to look like when somebody comes to scrape you off of wherever you laying at. Parts of you, at least. Man, listen.
My grandmother would have been 101 this year had she not died of COVID last May.
Even though there were hundreds of protesters on opening day.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but like she's turning it into C-19 politicization. You guys see this? Like, this lady is like outraged about the wrong stuff. This is what is all different kinds of white supremacist brain damage. This lady right here, this black lady, unfortunately, no disrespect to her, she's got white supremacist brain damage, and she worried about C-19. You worried about C-19, and you got the worst disease in the world, white supremacist brain damage.
Of the session, court documents indicate police were able to track down 44-year-old Yulia Gilston, and that she did admit to spitting on
Yulia Gilston. Now that woman is from somewhere as well. She from some Scandinavian country or from some Eastern European country. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Corinne Prescott.
Once they took her inside, we stood out here. We chanted. We said, we are not leaving until you arrest her. When I saw it was breach of peace, I immediately started to reaching out to my supporters.
The chief state's attorney's office.
I would have been reaching out for her throat. I'm not reaching out for no supporters. Are you, man? If she had done that to me, as soon as she turned around, I'd have grabbed her. You all seen that? Y'all ever seen that meme where Darkseid grabs Superman by his cape and Superman trying to run away and Darkseid just standing there? I would have grabbed her by her hair. I'd have been looking like Darkseid holding Superman.
Upgraded the charges from breach of peace to third-degree assault and risk of injury to a minor.
It is an assault. That is an absolute assault, as well as a hate crime. She literally said that Black lives don't matter, and then proceeded to put her toxic body fluids on her, putting her in a potentially life-threatening situation. So she said it. She said that Black lives don't matter, and then she assaulted a Black person with biohazardous chemicals, potentially. But the judge said, you know, it's all good.
As well as deprivation of rights, which is a hate crime. And Prescott says she should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
So when we think about racism, it is a learned behavior. There was a baby strapped to her.
It's a learned behavior? Who learns it? And where do they learn it from? I think racism is a learned behavior for some people, and other people have to unlearn it. There's only one part of the world where every time that group of people came in contact with people who were racially different, they did the same thing. They went to war with other European nations. They didn't set up chattel slavery with other European nations. They didn't set up caste systems with other European nations. So for some people, I think that those people have to unlearn it. And for other people, they learn it. And the problem is that WS is a worldwide university that teaches racism and white supremacy to everybody. And it has open admissions for anybody who wants to pay the price. Shout out to Deneen. What's good with it, Deneen? So again, like, you know, and that's one of the reasons why, like, I don't be trying to go in on people, man. Like, I'm gonna just, when it comes to talking about this, I'm gonna point out where I feel that she's ideologically incorrect, because, like, the thing is, if we're all here in the United States and everybody is dealing with their own personal version of white supremacist brain damage, the bottom line is that we just got to deal with white supremacy. We will never be able to fix the white supremacist brain damage if we don't get rid of white supremacy. I'm sure this lady right here, I don't know. I can't go out to say because I don't know her. In her mind, her worldview, she might think she's doing the right thing. Can you blame her with all the propaganda? I used to think that the right thing to do was to graduate from college, get a good job, work hard, and retire. And then I found out the hard way that the world is correct and all of that shit is a lie. And I'm still finding out new things every day. I'm not no all-knowing deity. You know what I'm saying? I'm like most people. I'm wrong more than I'm right. You know what I'm saying? Kale said them clear folks got the world is correct deficiencies. Facts. That's why Jason Aldean got ran off the he got ran off the stage by the sun. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, I think that one of the reasons why people like this woman here have a misunderstanding or a misconstrued worldview is because look at where since the beginning of time, not since the beginning of time, but since the beginning of the timeline here in the United States, where have people been getting their information from? Where have people been getting their news from? Where have people been getting anything from? They've been getting it from the mainstream media, the white-owned media, white-owned Hollywood. When have they ever gotten a legitimate, uncompromised message from people that have our interests as a priority? Right. After singing about sundown towns, he found out it might not be a good idea to do a sun up concert, didn't he? He burnt up like a strigoi, like a vampire. Which, ironically, those legends are based off of real European individuals.
And so whatever it is that she believes and feels and thinks about Black women, about Black people, about Black children, she potentially is going to pass that down.
Prescott has started a grassroots organization called Power Up CT, where they're trying to educate and change racist behavior one neighborhood at a time.
You can't do that. Again, try that in a small town. Not going to happen. That's what the whole purpose of that song, Try That in a Small Town, is. Try to teach us that we have to not be racist. When racism is our God, and that's what's granted us everything that we have in this country. Try that in a small town to make us not be racist and see what happens.
Person by one person can somehow be educated. If I don't believe,
look, hey, Val said PC people learn it from their parents at the dinner table. Some PC parents teach their children maybe by 3rd grade. I don't think that there's ever any teaching. I think that there's either reinforcement or active removal, and active removal is very rare. Very rare. And the reason why I believe that is because of vitamin D. And I'll just put it like that. Now, if to go in deeper on that topic, we might have to do that on Rumble only and not YouTube. But yeah. And again, there's nothing. Look, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? sometimes people are born with shit. You know, hey, it's a lot of black people that are born with the genes that create sickle cell. Okay, so you take certain medications and you eat a certain diet, and you know it helps to stop flare-ups. If you ask me, a lot of issues with racism are genetic. That doesn't mean that you would throw away. Recognize that you got a problem and fix it. Or don't. Be who you are. One of the two. And most people, not everybody, but most people choose to be who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Believe that, then what is this for? If I don't believe that, then why am I going to get up every day and continue to fight? If I don't believe that, how do I look my children in the face and tell them to have hope?
You don't tell them to have hope. You tell them no half measures. See, like this, I'm not, this is entertainment for them. They love this right here. Facts. They can't explain anything. They can't explain anything. And one of the reasons why they can't explain anything is because there's a lot of people who are also a part of the problem. A lot of the people are complicit. And shout out to Michael R. Michael R said Key and Peele predicted. Oh, Key, is that Key and Pele? Predicted that song in a sketch. And I agree with Maine. That's why men need to man up. And remember, they consider racism as a form of masculinity. So you know how people be talking about how women like degenerate men, right? The black women who like bad guys, you know, they might like a gangbanger or a drug dealer or something like that. The white women that like the bad boys, they like them bad boys in the Aryan prison gangs or the Aryan motorcycle gangs. It's a part of the masculinity with them. People can keep dodging that issue and act, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever, however they want to act, but it is what it is. Like it's there and there's plenty of proof of it. It is a tenet of white masculinity to be racist. And you got black people sitting there listening to bullshit ass white red pill content from the same people that created all of that dating content for genetic preservation, not for dating help. That's why they created their dating content. Two completely different missions and visions. You know what I'm saying? Now look at this. Deafening silence from Senator Tommy Tuberville's black football players. Now let me ask you guys a question. Why do y'all think that is? Why them football players so quiet? Because y'all know Tommy Tuberville used to be a football coach. Being a football coach made him rich. Just like being a plantation owner made a lot of Adosos rich. The way Tommy Tuberville saw it, that football field was his cotton field. And black parents are sending their sons to go play for trash like that. The fuck? People got to wake up, man. People gotta wake up. So now here it says, last month I phoned Ronnie Brown at the Atlanta office of UBS, a 150-year-old wealth management company where the former Auburn gridiron legend has made a name for himself as a big-time financial advisor. My notion had been to collect Brown's perspective on badly racist comments made by his former college coach, Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama. How did you get my number? And Irk Brown asked when I shared the reason for my call. The Georgia native and Alabama Sports Hall of Famer claimed to know nothing about the widely reported news stories. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that he actually doesn't know anything, or do you guys think that he does know something? This dude is a financial wealth manager working at a wealth management company, which means that tons of legacy wealthy people that made their money from plantations in the South use your services to maintain their wealth. And you mean to tell me that you never heard anything about Tommy Tuberville? Shout out to Alonzo. What's good with it, Alonzo? The black football player working at this wealth management company is more upset at somebody contacting him, asking him about Tommy Tuberville, than he is about the fact that Tommy Tuberville is just showing his whole pink ass. Now, here go my question. What does that tell you about the state of men in the United States? What does that tell you about these people, man? That dude is a blank. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I guarantee you he would defend his coach to the end. Man, he would defend that man. Man, he'd defend him like a fierce lion. Look at all the championships and notoriety that these football players and all these people have gotten their coaches. Tommy Tuberville, they say he was coaching where? At Alabama, they said. Well, if it wasn't for him, we got a bunch of dummies like that. A bunch of dummies. These kind of people should be called dummies, and they should be shamed everywhere they go. Dude, you're an idiot. You are a mentally deficient, unintelligent moron. How did you get my number? And Irk Brown asked when I shared the reason for my call. The Georgia native and Alabama Sports Hall of Famer claimed to know nothing about the widely reported news stories. Would you like me to read the quotes for you? I asked the retired running back who played 10 seasons in the National Football League. No, I don't talk about politics, Brown said. And then he hung up. Oh, I bet you he thought he was bad. I bet you he thought he was big bad. I don't talk about politics, bad. And then hung up the phone. You don't talk about politics because you're an idiot, bitch. And you got where you are being quiet. So you definitely ain't about to talk about anything. That's why I was saying, like, man, people need to stop supporting these athletes. White people think that they have a reason to not support athletes. You're mad because somebody was wearing a BLM jersey. Ain't nobody trying to hear none of that fake outrage shit. Fuck what you talking about. This the reason why these celebrities need to be boycotted and definanced. I can't be bothered. I'm at work. I can't be bothered. You in the heart of the South dealing with an adoso that was your coach, and somebody calls you to ask a couple questions about him, and you're scared. Oh, I ain't gonna talk about no melodic now. I ain't talking about no melodic now. Courage the cowardly dog. These people need to get gone in on. They shouldn't have no free pass no more. You know what I'm saying? So he hung up on him. So then he reached out to the immortal Bo Jackson. No response. Now, I bet you Bo Jackson was responding when Nike was picking up the phone to make them Bo Jackson shoes. These are males, big males. I mean, but nobody should be surprised. Look at how buck broken Herschel Walker's stupid ass is. Look at how buck broken Shannon Sharp is. And I like Shannon Sharp, but he's buck broken. This is a damn shame. Next, Auburn all-time quarterback, great Cam Newton. Nothing. Tuberville's most recent observations on race would be condemned by fellow Republican Senator Mitch McConnell, which is a joke, in mid-July. Yet, as I called, emailed, and direct messaged dozens of black players from the last 30 years of Auburn football rosters, not one would deliver an on-the-record perspective. Not one. Not one. And people are still, I'm sending my baby to Auburn. You're going to have a football legacy and be in the NFL. No self-respect. As long, and again, like y'all already know, there is a reason why I'm saying this. It would be a different story if the school if you went to a predominantly white institution and a predominantly white institution treated you good, you got a good education from there, it's nobody from there saying no crazy shit. I'm not saying nothing. I'm talking about Alabama, where Tommy Tuberville coached a bunch of big black men, and all of these dudes are too much of a bitch to even pick up the phone and take an interview about how he was. I mean, did he traumatize y'all that bad in the locker room or something? You know what I'm saying? This is embarrassing behavior. And I'm not trying to be funny, man, but these dudes need to be, these dudes right here, athletes, entertainers, celebrities should never, ever be the prototype of masculinity, what masculinity is. You scared of an old man. You look, these dudes, y'all see Herschel, or y'all, shit, yeah, Herschel Walker is old as hell. Shannon Sharp is old as hell. These dudes still look like off-duty superheroes. They so damn big and muscular. And you scared? If I had a body like actual Thanos, do you think I'd be walking around scared? Yeah, I agree, man. Kyrie went out bad. It was the Black Hebrew Israelites that actually helped Kyrie save face. You know what I'm saying? And people try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, people try to talk around that, but nah, Kyrie went out bad. And he apologized. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, a day after I left messages with the agencies representing Newton and Jackson, a voice from the back pages of Tiger Football said not to hold my breath, waiting to hear back. They're not going to say or do anything, predicted Eric Ramsey, a defensive backfield starter in 1989 and 1990. They fear the repercussions. They are worried about the consequences. These are guys that are living their lives in fear. You're living your life in fear. These are dudes that are holding their purses in the elevator when they walk into the suburbs. Bitch. You serious? These dudes are dudes that hold their little Michael Kors bags real tight to their chest when they walk into the elevator. Ramsey, now an actor and business owner in Los Angeles, is offended by the Alabama lawmakers' perspectives on race and would like an apology. And then here Ramsey go with his nonsense as a person of color. Perhaps every other Auburn gridiron standout would also like their old ball coach to apologize. Bo knows what he wants, but he's staying silent. So now here it says Tuberville and white nationalists. Because you guys know what Tuberville said about white nationalists. What did Tuberville say about white nationalists in the comment section? I got big facts. Louis Sky 9 said WS got that last generation of boomer shook. I agree. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They got them shook. They got them talk. They got them shook. They got them talking funny. The old generation. Look, man. Do y'all remember? Listen, man. Listen. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy I didn't come from a family like this. But I've actually heard people say this kind of stuff. You guys remember when Chris Rock in that comedy show that he did where he was talking about Will Smith, where he was like, and my family taught me not to fight around white people. Man, I've heard so many black people in my life talk about, quote unquote, how to act around white people. Let me ask you guys, do you think anybody gives a fuck about how to act around us? The fuck? I'm not acting no special kind of way around nobody. I'm finna be me wherever I be. The hell? But there's people, man, I'm telling you, that's out there. There's a whole bunch of people. They say that shit. The families say it. A lot of people have ingrained ideologies into their self, into their family, said silly and stupid shit that has caused generations of production problems. Let me ask you guys a question. Do black people voluntarily boycott institutions in black communities and black businesses? Because when I say institutions in black communities, that's different than black businesses. The way that I define a black business is a business that's either owned or majority controlled by a black person or black shareholders. The black community just simply is a community that is majority black geographically. Right. Ooh, you gonna get in big trouble now. Like, yeah, Bo Jackson, hey, you get in trouble now. Shut your dumb ass up. Shut your stupid ass up and go sweep the fucking floor somewhere with your dumb ass. And don't lose the broomstick in your butt. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes are a joke. They're a joke. There's literally nothing to be proud of here. Yeah, it's not all boomers, Val. Not all boomers, Carla. Not all boomers, Deneen. But a lot. Maxwell said, my great-grandparents had me smashing racist at an early age. Very pro-black family. Shout out to them. My question for everybody is, how do you unprogram people? And the reason why I'm asking that comment about people boycotting their own businesses is because, for one, Dr. Claude Anderson said it, right? Which is true. And the second question is, I've seen this with my own eyes, and I've heard with my own eyes. I've heard people say, I'm about to go to this store over here on this side of town because there's too many black people over here. And you're black. Now, I understand going to that store on that side of town if you're on that side of town. But if you live 30 or 40 miles from a CVS or a Walgreens on the corner, and you're going to drive 30 miles to get to another one just because there's, quote unquote, too many black people there or too many black people working there and you're black, you sound crazy. Literally, no one else will rationalize that with you. Other black people should look at you like you're nuts, and better and trust and believe other people will nod their head and shake their head at you, and then they're laughing and rolling on the floor laughing at you when you walk away. That is not the business. That is not the business, man. And shout out to John. John said, yep, I've heard that before. Yeah, I've heard it before. It takes me back. Like, when I hear that, I'm like, what? I had that Russell Westbrook face. I'm like, what? Y'all niggas tripping. You know what I mean? Now, here's my question. Why do people say that? Where did that develop from? I think that's some of that coon stuff, like when people talk about people having good hair. If you got hair on your head, you got good hair. Like, people got to stop that shit. I'm sorry, but that makes me excruciatingly angry. Anytime I hear somebody say something about somebody having some good hair, I always ask them, what's so good about it? And then they sound like that Bethany Mandel trying to explain what woke means. I don't know. Program. Programmed. Right. That's just like if you had that's like if you live in a jungle and you're a gazelle and your mother don't tell you about lions, tigers, and cheetahs. I just thought they would go extinct one day. Nah, that's not how things work. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot. Facts, Deneen. I know a lot of people like that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm the boss where I work at, right? And I work in the hood. Now there will be an occasional white person that works there, but most of the time, it's mostly black people. I can't tell you how many times new black people start working there and they give me a dirty look, walk past me to find a white person to ask who the boss is. White person sitting there chilling, point right at me. That guy you just walked past. Now you got to deal with me. Now you got to deal with me. I can't tell you how many times that happens. You're the boss? What are you here for? Then it becomes that. Then I become a coon because I'm coming at you with an attitude. Nah, you're a bitch. You're so stupid and self-hating. You don't even think that it's possible that somebody like you could be the boss. I run shit, motherfucker. Sit your stupid ass down. Whatever you came here for, you ain't getting it now. And I get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll teach you next time to look at everybody and have some sense about yourself and ask, who's the supervisor? Instead of being a fucking idiot and just assuming that nobody black could possibly be the supervisor. But you ain't getting shit from me. After you've done that, you're in violation the entire time. You about to have a Bron said, wonderful first impression. You're about to have a horrible, however long you got to be there dealing with me. I'm gonna make sure of it. And if it's one thing that I am extremely good at, is making people uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And then they get mad. Then they get mad. Oh, he's so mean. Oh no. Mike, I'm gonna tell you something. Anything that I do according to policy. So whatever I'm doing, trust me, it's gonna be within the policy. Because believe it or not, you already know they've tried to fire me before. But I'm a survivor. I ain't gonna give up. So I'm still there. And as far as getting fired goes, when I first started working at this place, right, it was mostly black employees that worked there. And I asked all the black employees that worked there, I said, let's save up our money and buy this place so that we can control it. Guess how many people was down? Take a wild guess how many people was down. Hell no, they don't apologize to me, AB. And I wouldn't expect them to, and I don't ask them to. Because after they've done that, they get abused so bad, they probably would never want to apologize to me anyway after what I've done to them. You get that whole you get that miserable next 12 hours, like complete misery. You're in hell. You know what I'm saying? I got cold drinks, I got bottled water, but your ass is in hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna be it wouldn't be no apology coming. But I'm not trying to be funny though. But honestly, like I think that more black people who are in positions like that at their jobs, they should conduct themselves like that. They should be like that. Because like I ain't trying to be funny, but a lot of the issues come from other buck broken dummies. Other buck broken dummies. Another buck broken dumbass issue that you got to deal with if you're somebody black at work and you're in a leadership position is a lot of dummies don't think that they have to respect you. And they'll try to respect your peer or another supervisor and blatantly disrespect you. It's like, I'm his boss too. The fuck? What you think he about to do? You know what I'm saying? Let me explain the power structure to you. You have none. That's the power structure. Any questions? You know what I'm saying? I see that all the time. And I don't understand it. They do the same to fellow black employees. You'll get a bunch of good black employees, real cool people, easy to work with, fun time at work. And then you get these other ones that are just fucking miserable, that are literally looking to undermine anything that you guys got going on positive at work. They doing the white splaining walk to the HR office every morning. Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you running and telling somebody everything that's going on? If you running and telling anything that's going on, the person that you running and telling is not going to be able to help you, because like I said, the power structure is you have none. So whoever you're running and telling to is the same as what we see out here. How many people have worked at a job with a snitch? You got a black person at a job that's a snitch. They run to the white boss and tell everything. They tell everything. And they've been telling on you for 4 years, and then they get fired and you still work there. How many people have seen that? The same talking points that we talk about in politics work literally in day-to-day life. White supremacy breaks its tools. They always break the snitch. The snitch always gets fired. You're an idiot. After living an entire life like that and seeing it happen to other people, you still don't notice that it'll happen to you? Why do people continue to move like that? That person that's in the HR office, and on top of it, you're in the HR office. I'm a manager. You don't think that they're telling me to say? I'm just sitting here like you don't even know what you're doing to yourself. These people, you're going to the HR office telling, and then they're coming to me telling me what you're telling them. You're stupid. Why are you doing that? Try to sit down and talk to them. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me holler at you for a second. Let me pull you over here to the side real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'll even do this. I will even try to like let people know who don't like me. Shout out to Tarek. What's good with it, bro? And I'll be like, yo, you may not like me, but I'm gonna tell you who doesn't like both of us. The person that you keep snitching to. And they literally have told me everything that you said. And just for the record, I don't think I'm an asshole. You know, they told me that you said that. So just so you know, we're here, standing here, and I'm just defending myself against your allegations of me being an asshole. You okay with that? You all right with it? You know what I'm saying? Still don't listen. The next thing you know, they out of a job. All that snitching, all that telling, all that running back reporting, all that everything, all that extra shit you was doing didn't help you do anything but find your way out of the door. Why do you guys think that people are still like that? I try to put people on the game like all the time. And like it's like they just be like, yo, man, whatever. I ain't trying to hear what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. But I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. Somebody will hear my live stream and clip this part and be like, oh, see, he talking crazy about black people. I'm not talking crazy about black people because I don't talk crazy about black people. I'm talking about the specific character at our job that we all know. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know somebody like that, or we've all worked with somebody like that. We've all worked with them. We've all dealt with them. We've all dealt with that scary little coward in the classroom that when you might be doing some dirt, you're going to run and tell the teacher if he catch you. We all know, man. We know. We've seen it. We've been there. And that's and that you just answered the question right there, Maxwell. Those type are never good at the actual job duties. And that's why they got to run and snitch, because if they don't run and snitch, their job is constantly in danger because of their inability to perform. If they were confident and competent and were able to do their job, there would be no need for them to be running to the HR for anything other than a raise or a performance review in lieu of a raise. That's it. But people mask incompetence with integrity, and people got to be real careful about that, especially in the workplace. That person that's just so honest, that person that just never takes home an extra pen, you know what I'm saying? That person that's just goody two-shoe. While that person's sitting there acting like you the worst person in the world for stealing a roll of trash bags, that person has embezzled $50,000. But they're going to tell on you and get you fired for that trash bag. They're going to get you up out of there for stealing that roll of trash bags so that they can embezzle the next $50,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've seen it. I'm speaking. I could drop names. You know what I'm saying? I could drop names. And that's what these football players of Auburn State are like. So now here it says Tuberville and white nationalists. We are losing in the military so fast. Our readiness in terms of recruitment, Tuberville said, according to a transcript of the May 4th interview he had with WBHM. His current project is to keep the U.S. Marine Corps without a confirmed leader for the first time in a century while he battles culture wars. And why? I'll tell you why. Tuberville continues. Because the Democrats are attacking our military, saying we need to get out the white extremists, the white nationalists, the people that don't believe in our agenda. The interviewer next asked if Tuberville believed white nationalists should be allowed in the military. Tuberville responded, well, they call them that. I call them Americans. So, and I mean, we know this. And Tuberville's not the only one that's on this kind of time. Remember, that's the reason why I tell everybody to embrace villainy, because in American history, the evil people are the heroes. So when the evil people are going to constantly be presented as heroes, you don't have any choice but to become the villain. So you guys just heard it right here. And every villain has a story. And we definitely, the whole FBA history, if that's not a villain arc, I don't know what the hell is. So that's clearly what they want. So that's what we should give them. Because if it's one thing that we do is give people what they want. I'd rather die and be known for what I did do than be unknown for what I didn't do. So now here it says the interviewer next asked if Tuberville believed white nationalists should be allowed in the military. Tuberville, who is part of our U.S. government, says, well, they can call them that. I call them Americans. Bet. Got you, bruh. Got you. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that more people than Tommy Tuberville feel this way? If you guys feel like more people than Tuberville feel this way, give me a thumbs up. Jason Aldean clearly feels that way. Try it in a small town. Try what in a small town? Ain't nobody even trying to go to a small town. And you sitting up here poking your chest out at nobody. Bet. Like I said, bet. The racial whopper was preceded by another stunning and quiet part out loud moment last fall. Now look at this. They're not soft on crime, Tuberville said of Democrats in October. They're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparations because they think the people that do the crime are owned that. Shout out to the Crimecast channel because it's only us that commit the crimes, right? So when people try to sit there and tell me, why do you talk about all of that racist stuff on Crimecast? There's other criminals. There's other criminals. I know that there's other criminals, dumbass. It's y'all that say that we're the only ones that commit crime. So that's why Crimecast has to exist. And that's why Crimecast focuses on who it focuses on. Because your boy right there says that we're the only ones that commit the crimes. And he ain't the only one. So since the statement has been put out there that it's only us that commit the crimes, now we got to show where everybody else committing crimes. Bet. Got you. Anytime any of these people say anything, bet. Got you. We commit all the crimes. Guess it's time to make another YouTube channel. Shout out to my man We Lit. What's good with it, bro? Oh, they want to combine our politics with alphabet people. Guess it's time to make another YouTube channel. Bet. You know what I'm saying? If a conservative like Mitch McConnell could criticize Tuberville's racism, some of which Tuberville walked back after a disastrous CNN interview earlier this month where he defended white nationalists, why wouldn't the university's alumni football stars do the same? Now, that's a good question, and I want to pose that question to you guys. Why do you guys think that even he walked the statements back, but his former football players wouldn't even confront him, man? They wouldn't even say nothing to him. They wouldn't even ask him no questions. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody that's watching. You guys are great. We got 90 likes. If everybody could take a moment and smash that like button and get us over 100, that would be wonderful. I gotta agree. Now check this out, Carlton. They fear him, and he's not even their coach anymore. He's not even the coach anymore. What is there to fear? Shouldn't some of Auburn's most visible successes feel confident weighing in with observations that directly affect their communities? Well, they purposely don't observe them. And they purposely don't ingratiate themselves into the community, quote unquote, business. Now, you guys know on my channel, I've always said, no one has an obligation to jump in front of the bus to put the weight of every problem that we have as Black people on our backs, on their backs. I don't expect that from anybody. There's people out here that attack people because of what they have versus what they haven't done. I used to do that, not doing it anymore. However, asking a question is a very, giving an interview is very simple. That's not throwing yourself in front of the bus. That's simply just answering some questions that could help lead to information that could be helpful. I don't think that that's an unreasonable expectation. I don't think that it was unreasonable for this guy to contact them about their experience with Tuberville. And I think it would have been reasonable for them to give a concise reply or a concise statement or a concise comment. I don't think that that's jumping in front of the bus. Nobody's asking these people to be LeBron James. Even, I mean, in LeBron James, there's things that could be critiqued about him, but at least he's doing something. Remember, everybody's not a genius out here. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James didn't graduate from college, and he was a basketball player in high school, a superior one. And everybody knows how athletics get down. If you're good at athletics, they're going to get you through school. I'm not saying that LeBron James is dumb, but what I'm saying is that he's not a PhD like most people. We've got unrealistic expectations. And I've noticed that in the beginning of a lot of the times when I would do my content, the type of delivery that I would have, as I look back and reflect on it, I'm being unreasonable. And I think a lot of us are being unreasonable. So I'm trying to scale it back to where I can normalize reasonable expectations. Because it's going to be reasonable expectations that get us where we need to be, not extreme shit. You know what I'm saying? Extreme shit sounds good, but sound good is symbolism. Rationality and strategy get you where you need to go. Extreme shit will get you feeling how you want to feel, but then again, the same people shouting that extreme shit to you are the same ones telling you that you're getting appealed to by Democrats for your feelings while they're also appealing to your feelings. I'm going to give you the boring shit. I'm going to give you the boring shit. Because the boring shit is what's going to work. I can sit here and tell you to be a masked Avenger all day. That's not going to do anything except for get you an early funeral or get you locked up. Get the wrong set of eyes on you. I'm going to try to tell you some shit that works, that you'll be able to benefit from, like creating value chains. And I gotta agree 100% with my man Maxwell Jenkins. The boring stuff is the work. Facts. Super facts. Super facts. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat for the super comment from Maxwell Jenkins. Facts. And I gotta agree with Two Factor. Pour a little bit out for Two Factor too. The sports industry usually rewards the spineless Black American athletes and punishes those who stand on anything. I mean, we see it all. Look what they did to Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? Colin Kaepernick, a mixed dude out here making the black dudes look bad. You know what I'm saying? That's some embarrassing shit. And that's not a knock on Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick was raised by a white family and got his mind together on his own. These dudes come from the deep South where the legacy of slavery is at a damn university that's a Adoso University. And you scared, bruh? You scared to talk? Man, whatever. Whatever. That's a bad look. And I tell you what, and people are looking. That's the problem. Like, that's a bad look, and people are looking. And none of them did. Jay-Z didn't even stand with him. Look at the other people that, like, what's that dude named Horace Grant? Other people like that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my paycheck now. I got a family to feed. What would it look like if everybody went to football games, everybody went to basketball games, and everybody just booed those guys? Like all the black people just went there and just booed the shit out of them. Or everybody went to like a rap concert or like somebody that's just a degenerate and just like everybody just booed the fuck out of them, just booed them off stage. He might be Middle Eastern. He definitely look it. And he was adopted, wasn't he? So so he could be. But at the same time, though, even if he is grifting, my question is, what NFL athlete even if what Colin Kaepernick was doing was performative, he took a lot of risk. And my question is, who else even did anything similar to that to try to shed light on any kind of systemic racism issues that we have? So my thing is like, let's just say we'll just assume that Colin Kaepernick is a grifter, right? We'll just say he's a grifter, which I don't understand why he would be a grifter when he could have stayed in the NFL and made more money, right? Numerically, that kind of, I don't know if that adds up or not, because he could have made a lot of dough in the NFL. I don't know how much money he making out here doing this shit that he doing, but let's just say that he is a grifter, right? We're going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say that he is a grifter. If he's a grifter, what is everybody else in the NFL? Because they ain't doing shit. That's my question. Even if Colin Kaepernick is a grifter, it still has me looking at the rest of the NFL players like, what the fuck is y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Because this man's grift is still outperforming you. you said you said he was grifting in reverse. I mean, I'm just saying, okay, I think that the NFL was paying more checks. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But my question is, even if he is grifting, right? If he is. Toria said, I guess you had time today. Fact, you already know. Yeah, I got a little bit of time today. But my question is, what's the other dudes in the NFL doing? What's Jay-Z doing? So now here go my question. Check this out. Has Colin Kaepernick's NFL grift been more effective than everybody else in the NFL for any kind of black activism or any kind of social justice movements? That's my question. Let me know what you guys think. Has Colin Kaepernick's grift been more effective to bringing attention to issues than everybody else's existence? What do you guys think? Yeah, I agree very much. So now what I gotta say about that is, if we are going to go on the limb and call Colin Kaepernick a grifter, right? Why is nobody else outperforming his grift on a grassroots level? Why is that not happening? That's my question for you guys. Why is a grifter outperforming any kind of NFL based within the NFL? I'm talking about people in the NFL based grassroots effort. Now, that brings out another question. Is there any NFL grassroots efforts for any changes or any improvement? So that still, right? That still substantiates my point. Carl just said black folks never complain about these corporations, Griff. Man, never. Now people are starting to do it a little bit. Now people are starting to pick up on it, but you know what I'm saying? But what I'm curious about is what is everybody else in the NFL doing? Because Kaepernick is only one dude that didn't have to do none of that shit. I think that the people that are silent should get the smoke. Because if Kaepernick is a grifter, the people who are silent are the reason why Kaepernick got all of the spotlight. If people don't feel like he should have got the spotlight, and they also have no excuse for not doing shit. But people put the critique on Kaepernick. Now, again, I'm not saying that Kaepernick's not above critique, but did he hug up with Jerry Jones? Boo. Yeah, he lost with that one. He might have had a flashback moment. He might have started thinking about his adopted dad. He was like, Dada? Dada? That you, Dada? Oh, no. Okay, Cap didn't, but the other players did. Okay, got you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cap. Now, if Cap did, we could say, he was having some post-traumatic stress syndrome and he wanted to see Dada. You know what I'm saying? Papa? Yeah, Papa. But Cap didn't even do that. And Cap actually is the only person in the equation that actually has an actual white daddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, this shit is crazy. Like, they couldn't even get these dudes to do an interview, man. They couldn't even get these dudes to do an interview. You know what I mean? So what we're looking at here is we're looking at the same issue of being silent across the board. Leonard Diuta said NPC world. That's like ice cream so good. Gang, gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, if NPC world, Tommy Tuberville, racist, gang. Racism no good. Where Pinky Doll at? We got to make some sound drops. Racism, gang. Racism no good. Oh my God, man. Oh man. That's too funny, man. He might have look, hey. He might. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Yeah, racism no good. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says my Southern brothers weren't willing to spill the beans. So I settled for the Auburn linebacker turned novelist Ace Atkins, who is white, to explain why black football players are so reluctant to decry Tuberville's racist statements. Oh boy. Days after Tuberville's comments on white supremacy in the military, Atkins tweeted, "What an absolute disgrace. This kind of talk should not be normalized or accepted." Why? Why? Man, the white dude said something about Tommy Tuberville, man. Man, the white dude. The white dude, Ace Atkins, tweeted, "What an absolute disgrace. This kind of talk must not be normalized or accepted." And then he hashtagged shameless. Man, them NFL players ought to be ashamed of themselves. Man, that not now. No, I'm not saying. I'm not even going there. I'm as far from that football world as possible. My contacts didn't do me any good in New York publishing. Maybe that's why I can speak freely," said Atkins, a member of the Tigers' undefeated 1993 squad. "There's more pressure on black athletes to show that they're a part of the program. They have to be extra supportive, and it's a heavy burden." Man, a white dude putting out all the motherfucking juice. Yeah, I got you, MC Fat. Give me a sec. Let me see. Hold on real quick. All right, here go the link right here. Hopefully it's enough characters. Let me know if that link works. So now here it says, in the South, the Civil War is never really over, according to Atkins, who is 52. Not only does that mean that Tuberville knows who his people are and who he's speaking to and was being racist in intent, it means that the highly visible black alumni must be seen and not heard when a Southern football mentor brings rationalized support of white nationalism to the public discourse. These unwritten rules extend beyond players below the Mason-Dixon line. Man, this white dude putting all the info out. Look, Carlton said the white dude needs to know that being off code comes with a consequence. I hope he's ready for it. He's ready for it. He's white. He knows it's part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing as a criminal. Criminals know what come with snitching. That's what he's doing. He's snitching on the enterprise. A Tuberville era equipment manager, also black, did the same, and I finally got the point. Look at this. Look at this. I tried Ball State athletic director Haven Fields, who played for Tuberville at Auburn, but he backed out after first saying yes. Oh, I don't know. I don't got scared now. I don't. They're gonna get me. They need to get you. You need to get got if you're scared. There should be no future for you if you're a wuss. And I agree. I agree with Torian. Atkins knows that he has the privilege to speak freely. Facts. That's super facts. They are free to do everything but talk, said Ramsey. It all goes back to the mentality of being seen and not heard. It's something that is just ingrained in them. And who ingrained it? And now again, if you talk, I got some friends that are immigrants. And the friends of mine that are immigrants will tell you that their families tell them to be seen and not heard. Like, so for anybody to sit there and be like, "Oh, there's no white supremacy," or like, so you mean to tell me that these immigrants understand the same indoctrination that these bootlicks do, the seen and not heard bullshit. Now, you can be heard as long as you're saying or doing some anti-black shit. That's the time when you're encouraged to be heard. But aside from that, though, you're not supposed to be heard. Yeah, facts. Torian, do you know how many black people bite their tongues all the time, and the minute they let it rip, it's curtains? Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we got to get our own value chain so we can let it rip and keep ripping. In 1991, Ramsey superstitiously recorded Tigers football coaches arranging illegal payments to players. Soon after, head coach Pat Dry resigned. In the new light of the NCAA's name, image, likeness payment era, with payments for players seen as an end to a model of corruption, Ramsey's decision takes on a different sheen. So I don't know. Wait a minute. What is this? I don't know how that's related. Back then, though, he was fortunate to not be tarred and feathered. At his 1992 graduation from Auburn, Ramsey and his wife were booed. Okay, that's how it's relevant. Okay. So they were booed, called the N-word, and had objects thrown at them, but it's not about race. It's not about race. I wasn't worried, said Ramsey, who identifies as a Christian. I had higher purpose. How the hell do you identify as a Christian? How does that work? How do you identify as a Christian? Yep. Leonard said they teach the Africans not to mess with us when they arrive. Literally, it's the class about it in the immigration process. I believe it. Torian said, Black Light, do you remember the malice at the palace back in 2004? Nah, I don't remember it. So now here it says wealth in the Southeastern Conference recruiting range is dynamic. If you're Jimmy Rain, who is to Auburn as Phil Knight is to Oregon, you're the only billionaire in Alabama and your purview is greater. Your power more concentrated than some coastal money bags. If you're a powerful Republican like Rain, you can control the fates of players who have come through the program on football, business, and political levels. Okay, so now I want you guys to understand this. This right here is explaining the value chain. Again, another article. Oh, Ron, I didn't know that was called, the Malice in the Palace. Yeah, I remember that. But I don't really watch sports all like that, bro. I really don't watch anything on TV at all. You know what I'm saying? Like my TV literally has a bunch of dust and like stuff hanging over it. So now it says if you're the only billionaire in Alabama and your purview is greater, your power more concentrated than some coastal money bags. If you're a powerful Republican like Rain, you control the fates of players who have come through the program on football, business, and political levels. You control the fates of players, which means that if you control the fates of players, then you control those players, right? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. A single uppity critique might have a prospect from an Auburn family playing at Bama, the most shameful outcome of all. Even the university might mete out punishment. So much caged expression begs on one question. Has the audience he's serving made Senator Tuberville, with his open white nationalism talk, more transparent than Tommy the coach? If Tuberville was still coaching and having to recruit, asked Ramsey, would he still say the same thing? So now my question was Tommy Tuberville saying this kind of stuff when he was coaching and when he was recruiting? And honestly, I believe that he probably was. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times when people just ignore shit, or they'll ignore it by trying to give props to some kind of honesty that they allegedly have some kind of respect for. Like I sent Bronze to God, and I sent Bronze to God, and I sent KO Kid Fit this video. It was a clip of that Gideon video that we reacted to on the Reacts channel. And in the comment section, oh my God, it was so many black people talking about, you know, that racist dude that Gideon was talking to, or no, Pootie, the racist dude that Pootie was talking to in Arkansas. It was so many black people in the comment section. I was like, I have a drink with him. He telling the truth. I have a drink with him. He telling the truth. He's open about his racism. Got to respect that. He open about his racism. Got to expect that. Are you serious? The fuck? What? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how that shit irks me. TD imitation of him crying was hilarious. It was hilarious, bro. TD funny as hell. TD got unappreciated humorous side. You know what I'm saying? That's like having a drink with that cop that beat you because he admitted to it. Facts. I'm gonna have you have a drink, and I'm gonna put some shit in that drink, and then when you stumbling out the bar, they're gonna find you the next day in a trash can. That's the only reason why I would give you a drink if you did something to me. Yeah, come on over here. Let's get a drink. Oh man, I feel fine. Don't worry about it. I'll walk you outside. Get your ass over here, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I would give you that drink. Facts. What Carlton Way said. People be like, I like my races honest. I like mine at a funeral in a coffin or a casket or in an urn. That's my preference. There's no such thing as an honest racist, because racism is dishonesty. The fact that you believe that you're superior to somebody based on your race is an ideology initially based in dishonesty. The fuck out of here. That's impossible. That's a double damn negative. That's like -1 times -1 equals 1. And people will rationalize anything to try to sound smart when they're stupid. And honestly, to me, I had a conversation with a friend of mine at work, and this individual was trying to explain something to me about somebody that I think is a moron. And I said, have you ever tried to make a dog meow? And they were like, no. And I was like, right. And I was like, have you ever tried to make a cat bark? And they started laughing. It was like, no. And I was like, so then why are you trying to make an idiot be smart? What you got to understand about this individual is that this individual is an idiot. And they're an idiot because they're not smart. If you're looking for somebody smart, then you have to deal with a smart person. You can't convert an idiot into a smart person. You let dogs bark and you let cats meow and you keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice, smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers. Make sure you check out my backup channels and my other social media, and I will catch you all on the next video. All right? Peace.